Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Fantasy football is rolling here, and we are in August. No better time to bring on my guy, I'd say friend of the show. You know him as Landa501 on Twitter and obviously on YouTube and everything like that. Landa, this is the first time drafting together. You're a big anti-drafter until a certain point of the year where you're like, okay, it's time to kick into fantasy football. I know you're like after the All-Star break, that's when I start to kick it up. How many drafts have you done, and what's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Great to finally get on here with you. We've always been in contact about, fantasy for, I don't know, close to a decade now. So this is really the first time we've done any drafting together. So it's great. So I've done 38 so far, 38. Some of that is a bit of a joke. Like I don't have a huge problem with drafting before the All-Star break, but for me, like I really try to focus on MLB and PGA up until that point. And then working full time, it's just really hard to get into best ball before that time. But once the All-Star break comes, it's at least one every day, sometimes two or three. So I really don't follow any content except for yours and a little ETR. So that's it.
Love that, man. I appreciate it. You've always been a loyal watcher of the show for many years. Me, Big T. I know you've been always hanging out. And I will say you are a very controversial person when it comes to specific topics here. But I know it's all in good fun. I know, like you said, like you don't actually have a problem with drafting before. It's just not your thing. You know what I mean? You like to focus on other things, which I, respect. And I think that's the majority of the crew in camp is on your side of the aisle when it comes to, waiting to draft. I think most people do their best ball fantasy football drafts in August anyways. So I think most people will be in your camp. Most people aren't drafting in May. You know what I mean? I will, but most people don't do that. It is what it is. I want to get as much as I can down too. That's another thing, right? So if I have a longer period of time to draft, it's easier for me to get a little more volume down. I have a young son now, so I can't just spend a month in August just trying to cram in that type of volume that I'd like to get down. So, it is what it is. But we are going to jump in a $25 here, and we'll go back and forth on this first draft. We're going to do a couple drafts. I did enter a 5-5-5, so if anyone wants to get in a 5-5-5, I will hopefully that will fill at some point in the show, and we'll get to that. But I'm going to pull up my phone here and get in. I know people like when I do the countdowns, so let's get a countdown going here. So I'll give you guys a second to get your phones and pull them up. I see my guy AP Andrew Peterson in chat. He said Landa season. See, people like the Landa show right there. Just watch Big T on Baseball Stream. I did talk to Big T about getting him on one of these shows, and he told me he's going to get on probably one of these Sunday shows in the next week or two to do a draft with us. So we're going to get Big T on here. He did say he was down to jump on. So, all right, I pulled it up on my phone here. I'm going to get in. I'm going to give the 3-2-1 count. So if anyone wants to hop in, we're talking the $25, $3 million to first over on DraftKings, $20 million prize pool. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're hopping in. Bang. I just got the 12 of 12 here. So hopefully a couple people got in with us here. We'll find out in a second, but we are picking out of the 6 hole. I'm going to pull it up on the screen right now. Landa, it's always like a first thing I always ask when people come on here. What's your preferred spot to pick from? Do you have a preferred spot to pick from?
So it's funny. Every year you hear, 1.01 is a cheat code. 1.01 is a cheat code. And I always take the other side of that. Like I've always been like an 11 to 12 guy for the past few years. But actually this year, I actually do think drafting at 1 or 2 is optimal. I just like the way the builds are coming out more and more. Um, but that being said, like I think that if you're like, especially if you're like an RB starter, like 11 and 12 is still pretty optimal this year. Like a Cook Walker, a Cook Saquon, a Cook Henry, even a bit of a stretch, there. But I think this year is the first year that I actually like drafting from the front of the draft.
Yeah, I am with you. I think there's a pretty big edge to the first. I'll even throw Chase in there and put like the first 3 picks, but I like the running back. So I'll say the edge is the first 2 because the edge is more like, okay, running back dries up so much quicker than wide receiver. So getting that anchor RB to start my draft, I don't like feel behind no matter when I get my second running back because I have that horse. And what do we see on DK? And I kind of wanted to talk about this on the show because I know it's going to have time and stuff like that. A lot of people start out their drafts, Landa. I know you've done enough now to probably see this, but you'll see 3 running backs in a row, 4 running backs. I've seen 5 or 6, Landa, where people will literally spend their first 5 or 6 picks on running back straight in a row. And I feel like it's because people know the running back position dries up very much after like pick, like 90 or something like that. Like I think like the Blake Corum thing is like the last good tier of running back. And then you get into the guys that are maybe, you know what I mean? Like you don't feel comfy taking them. So people just draft running back too early. And I don't know, when I get Gibbs or Bijan, I just know like week in and week out, I can slot one of my 2 running back spots. It's covered. Like it's Bijan or Gibbs, they're hitting. And if they're not hitting for multiple weeks, my team's screwed anyways.
Yeah, I mean, what do we here? I think obviously, right? I mean,
Yeah. Who do you have here?
wow. I would say you should definitely go McCaffrey just to even some of this out a little bit here. Like he's not my favorite, but I mean, just based on that, let's get a little bit different.
This is your draft, my friend. We're drafting together, but this is your draft. So we're going to post it after on Twitter. We're going to come back to this thing. This is going to be our draft, but it's going to be really Landa's. I want your real takes on this draft. Whenever I get people on, that's how it is. You got to give the guests the opportunity. They get the final say on the picks. I've done enough drafts, Landa. I've done so many drafts. Don't worry. My takes, you'll see my takes too. One good thing I love is, with the kick, it shows your exposures. So you can see who I'm in on. You can see like CeeDee Lamb. I got $2,200 invested in the CeeDee Lamb right here. I just, when he falls to pick 11, how do you not take CeeDee Lamb at pick 11? Like he just falls to me. I feel like every other draft at pick 10, 11, sometimes 12. And I'm like, well, I have to do it. So yeah, I mean, people don't like CD for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, man, once you do so many drafts, it's so hard to say, well, I love, like there's just so many different builds. But yeah, I mean, if I'm at 10 or 11, it's Lamb or James Cook every time for me. I was really surprised to see Cook when I first started drafting All-Star break time.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised to see Cook down at 11. I thought he was going to be somewhere around 6 or 7-ish. Just off the season he was coming off of in that offense. So I love him at 11 too, but I mean, CD's just a stone lock. As long as he's healthy, all these Cowboys games are going to be 35 to 31. I mean, he's still, him and Pickens are 1A, 1B, but I mean, every Cowboys game is just going to be it's going to be the highest scoring game of the week almost every week. So how do you not?
You're going to look at your DFS, the totals and everything like that, right? And Cowboys totals are going to be right up there with, all year. They're going to be massive. They're going to be throwing the rock around the field and stuff like that. And we've already seen CD be like fantasy stone nuts. You know what I mean? So we know it's in the cards for him to be like wide receiver 1. I know like Chase Puka are really good too, but we've already seen it from him. And then a couple years, it's like he could have been better, but they kind of held him back. I think it was 2 years ago where they pulled him out of a game halfway through it at halftime. I don't know if you remember. It was like week 16, and they kind of like pulled him back. and then like didn't play in week 8. So there's all these things that can happen, but if they're in the mix, I don't worry about it. Someone asked, Bob Johnson said, any chance Bijan or Gibbs holds out into the season? I'm going to say no. These teams know they need these guys. They're the best players and they deserve their money. So I don't think so. All right, Landa, we're back up here. Who are you?
Here's my first one that's a little bit off the board. I go big dog here, Derrick Henry. Like that's
okay. Let's do it.
A little bit different, but I'll tell you why. They are the 3rd projected highest points team in the NFL. So that right there tells me one thing I learned from Tony all the time too is like looking at the team totals every week. Like how high is the team total? You know, if they have a 27, 28, point team total, that's one thing you want to, really, really try to attack. He gets all the goal line work. There's really nobody behind him for first and second down. I understand he's 32 years old, but like, again, if that team has the 3rd highest team total in all of NFL for upcoming, and I'm getting all the goal line work, I mean, and it's still Derrick Henry, like I love it. And then the other thing is like this build I really like, because I like to come back with like Ted Burden or like, Olave, Ted, something like that. Olave might be gone, but like, I really like this build of running back, and then Ted Burden is my favorite comeback here, but I don't know. I just really like that build.
I love hearing that you're a Luther Burden guy. That makes me feel really good. We'll talk about him when he gets picked. We'll talk about him real quick, but I love the Derrick Henry take. He's someone that for years I've been like waiting for the drop off, and I've just been wrong on. Like literally, he's just an anomaly. Like when we look at running backs, just throw Derrick Henry out because he just keeps his body in such good shape. And sometimes you're wrong. I'm wrong. I was wrong to fade him last year. I'm not doing it this year. I'm with you. I want to try and draft more. Devontae Smith is at the top. It is like a week 17 thing. Who else do we got here on this list? T. Higgins. Who do you like? Emeka Egbuka.
I'm an Egbuka guy.
You're an Egbuka guy. All right. Talk about that then. Emeka Egbuka. He's someone I'm trying to draft more of because of just the team itself. Like that team is another team. I think they're going to have a ton of high totals. They're going to play in shootouts. The secondary is terrible, Landa. Their best player on defense wants to get traded. I mean, so many things right there with that team that Baker Mayfield's pissed off. He didn't get his money. I think he's going to try and ball out. He's healthy again. I love it. I want to be invested in Bucks. Bucks games are going to smash.
All right, so I'm not going to everything you just said. I could repeat like that's my biggest thing. Again, game environment. Tampa game environments are going to be crazy. They play on the road. Atlanta Saints in a dome. Their home games are always good weather. So yeah, game environment, forget it. So last year, I'm not tooting my own horn here. Like I'm, compared to these guys, like
no, toot your own horn. Who cares? People do it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm only putting in maybe 2K, something like that, 2,500, per thing. But last year, my highest drafted guy was JSN, and then the year before that, we talked a lot about this was Jaden Daniels. So this year, my highest drafted guy is Egbuka, and I really try to think about what made JSN such a great pick last year. And to me, so they lost Metcalf and they lost Lockett, right? And then it's very similar because you're losing Evans. Otten is a factor. He's not a huge factor. Godwin is coming off multiple injuries. Like I just see him getting like a 30% target share in that game environment every week. Like, I don't know. I mean, again, I could be way off here, but I mean, it takes a lot to draft him over Devonta Smith. But those Eagles games sometimes they suck. Especially in November and December. It's 14-10. It's 13-10. He's not a great red zone target. I'm not saying Devonta Smith isn't a complete smash, but I really like. I think I like Egbuka better.
Yeah, no, I love Egbuka. I love the take on Egbuka. I am in on Devonta Smith, though. I don't want to sound like I'm not. I just think we haven't really seen a full season with him being the one. You know what I mean? AJ Brown. He's always had to deal with AJ Brown. Now what he's got to deal with is a rookie. And a guy who is first year in Dontavian Wicks in the offense with Jalen Hurts, hasn't caught passes from him. We're up here.
So Jacobs being gone is a lifesaver. I don't have to think about that. So it's Tet or Luther Burden. I think Tet's target share is going to be a lot bigger than Burden as much as I like him. So I'm going to go Tet here.
Let's do it. You talked about Tet. He was one of the two guys, really, because you talked about Burden too, that you were specifically targeting in the 4th round. I'm in on Tet this year. I thought he was a terrible pick last year. I think this year, though, it's just you're going to see the route tree improve. You're going to see him do more on the football field. It sucks Brazel went out because I do think he was going to naturally help Tet, but still, I'm in. Why do you like him so much?
That NFC South, they're going to be high-scoring games. I understand Bryce Young is Bryce Young, but you got the Saints, the Falcons, 2 dome teams. Tampa plays 0D. No slight to our guy Kurt there, who's a big Tampa guy. But game environment again, I just think his target share is going to be out of this world. Like Brazel, I think is how you say his name, right? Or Brazel.
Yep.
He was definitely going to be a factor. Now Coker, I think, is a really good player. But he's still a 2. Those running backs aren't great out of the backfield. Brooks or Hubbard, Jatavian Sanders and Tremble are non-factors. Leggett stinks. What is Tet's target share going to be like? I can't even imagine what it is. Second-year guys is another theme that I love. Second and third-year guys. I'm not a huge rookie guy. It depends.
Me neither, Landa. And people love pounding rookies, but I feel like that's flipped throughout. Don't you feel that way? Like if 2 years ago, Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate would be going a round or 2 higher easily.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
No, I mean, I can't take Carnell Tate where he goes or Tyson. And I think Tyson's in a great spot, but he goes so freaking high, man.
I like Tyson over Tate if you make me pick.
Sure. Yeah.
I just think the environment's better, way better for him.
Yeah. I mean, again, the NFC South. So JMO or Bucky is a really tough one. Wow.
You make the pick here. I think and there's Lamar too, if we just want to go with the quarterback and get it out of the way. But who do you like?
With Henry, I don't want Lamar, so I'm going to go JMO here.
All right. I like JMO. I'm not as much into Bucky. Why do you like Bucky? Because it sounds like you're a little more into it.
Same things that we've talked about so far. Game environment. I think he's a super talented guy. Gainwell does worry me a lot, and the goal line stuff does worry me a lot. But once you get to this RB3, man, you gotta take a risk. So for me, it's either Bucky, Pollard, or Harvey. Pollard is the most secure, but the offensive line just is awful. Harvey's the most talented, but I don't trust Sean Payton.
I refuse to trust Sean Payton this year. I refuse. He loves J.K. Dobbins. He drafted Jonah Coleman. He's saying, RJ could be the third down pass catcher or something like that. Now I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, guys, so we're drafting Woody Marks in the 80s. Is that what we're doing right now? We're serious. Yeah. I mean, RJ Harvey's better than Woody Marks, but I'm just saying Woody Marks is the third down pass catcher, and he goes in the 140s, 150s, and we're drafting RJ Harvey. And we know what Sean Payton's going to do. He's going to play these 3 running backs. He's going to rotate in some way, shape, or form. And you're just going to have to bank that J.K. Dobbins gets hurt again, which he could, obviously. But I don't love banking on that in the 80s, No,
I mean, I don't want to do that. But, I've seen it done. I'm a little distracted here. I want to follow up on something you said, but the guy I really want here is Jaden Daniels. ETR is, a lot about how underpriced he is. I couldn't agree more. I'm a Jaden Daniels guy here. I think it's a bounce back spot. But like you were saying about Peyton, yeah, I mean, he freaking plays Tyler Bidet. You know what I mean? It's insane.
He'll play whoever, Landa. If I was in the backfield, he'd find a way to get me in the game. It doesn't even matter with him. But
I haven't seen you play football, but I never let Tony forget that RG basketball games.
That's right. That's right. You can never forget. You can never forget. I was not a football guy.
Hopefully he's watching. So,
Landa, you've seen me. I'm not a big guy. Yeah. I'm not a football guy right there. I get destroyed on a football field. But hoops, I can still play a little bit. But that's because I'm still in pretty good shape, luckily. But unfortunately, we didn't get the Jaden fall here. And I don't really love what's left on the board. So where do you want to go?
I'm going this is not something I love, but Pollard is going to get a ton of work. if Cam Ward can take a step here, I also like that AFC South. I think the defenses all stink. Give me Pollard as an RB3.
All right, Pollard as an RB3. So we started out. We got 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers: Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Emeka Ibuka, Tedero McMillan, J-Mo, and Tony Pollard. I'd say that's a pretty good start. Bob was asking about the offensive line and Brazel injuries in Carolina. Does that worry you? Honestly, it worries me more for the running game. What about you, Landa?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a huge concern. The offensive line is not good. Bryce Young shows flashes, but again, it's target share, it's talent. Ted is a grown man, like he is a big boy. And again, I think Carolina's going to have some really high totals. Their defense is horrific, and that's what I want. All these game environments. I mean, we're going to talk about a quarterback who I'm going to try to get late. Me and you have already talked about this guy, but the defense, of this team is going to be absolutely horrible. He's a runner. So, yeah, I mean, the Carolina stuff, of course, it worries me. But, like, Tet, to me, is a guy who has a ceiling of, like, 1,500 yards and, like, 10 touchdowns.
I feel like Carolina's defense is pretty solid. They have aggressive corners. I felt like they took a step up a little bit last year. The Scorton injury does hurt that team, I think, a lot. But I don't know. I feel like in that division – I think they might have the best defense in that division, or maybe second to the Saints. I don't know. The Saints defense.
The Saints lost some guys, but we have an affinity. I don't know if you remember my buddy John Mang. He's
I love John Mang. Yeah.
So he won the 200K on the Sunday Million with Saints D. So they have a special place in our heart. They had like 5 turnovers against the Falcons.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. That was awesome.
Saints D is one that's close to us, but
that's like I have an affinity for the Chargers D because of that one game where they played the backup quarterback and they scored like 40 points and had like two or 3 defensive touchdowns or something, because he just kept throwing picks. He threw like 5 picks in there. I can't remember his name, but I always think about it. It's like I had Keenan Allen and the Chargers D, and that got me over the top for like 200K too. So I was thinking about it.
Was it Peterman?
Yes, that's who it was. It was Peterman. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Peter Copter. Yeah. Give me quarterback and tight end here. Like I want to take a look. Jalen Hurts is tempting.
Jalen Hurts. I mean, Drake May at 78 is interesting. We don't have anyone to stack. Jalen Hurts. We have the week 17 stuff. Where do you want to go?
All right, give me Hurts.
Let's do it.
Kind of, passing up on Devontae and now taking Hurts. A lot of people might question that. I want to try to obviously stack running back and receiver as much as possible, but I still want to get an elite tight end or quarterback. There's one that you got to pay down at 1, I think. And I still consider Hurts like an elite quarterback as far as fantasy goes. I
think he's going to get back into that mix this year, personally.
Yeah. But tough to stack. Like Goddard would be my favorite stacking partner. Or I'll tell you another guy who I really like to stack him with in the 19th or the 18th or whatever it is Wicks. I think it's earlier than that, but Wicks, man, I think Wicks fits that AJ Brown profile. Like going in wherever he goes, like late. Like I think it's going to be Wicks and Devontae, and then Lemon and the inside. But I think Wicks is going to start on the outside, and like that's a great role for a guy that's going in the 16th round or wherever he goes. I don't know where it is, 15, something like that. But
yeah. No, he's in like the 170s, 180s in ADP. So I'm with you. And honestly, I think even if Mekhi Lemon ate into his work a little bit, he still probably pays off at that price tag. It's so cheap. They really don't have much else behind them. They went out and got him. Like it feels like Wicks is just a pretty safe bet to be out there. And if anything happens to Lemon or Smith, I mean, he's going to crush that ADP at that point. So I'm with you. I do like Philly because you can backstack him. You can get Dallas Goedert. You can get Dontavian Wicks. You can do the Eli Stauer stuff. He worries me a little bit more because I think they're going to slow roll him a little bit more with Dallas Goedert there. But again, if anything happens to Goddard, you can plug him in and he goes at the end. So I do think there's a lot to look at in terms of Philly. And Jalen Hurts, even if we didn't get any of those guys, Jalen Hurts naked, I mean, I think Jaden Daniels naked. I think those are quarterbacks you could easily, have and not have anyone with. I'd prefer to stack them with someone, but it's not the end of the world if you don't get someone. But Bob says fifth new OC in Philly concerns me. Well, what doesn't concern me is the fact that they got rid of the old OC, which was definitely a lot of the problem with that offense. So who are you in on here?
Downs is easy here. Downs.
Yes. Love that.
Downs is easy. I mean, he's going to play every snap in a dome. He's a talented guy, I think. Again, Colts D, not good. I think the Colts are going to have some shootouts. The Alec Pierce injury already. I mean, there's always two sides to this argument where what happens when the other receiver goes down? Does it hurt the productivity of the team in general? But does it increase the target share of the guy who, like Downs? I can understand both points. I tend to lean on having a bigger target share than the over, if Pierce goes out, does that affect the Colts? But, it's an interesting debate. But the bottom line is Downs is ready. I think it's his third year. He just never plays enough snaps. He's never been on the field enough. It's going to be really interesting to see if Daniel Jones is healthy, what he can do playing the majority of the snaps now.
And I'm more comfortable with it too, because not only is he going to play more all over the field, they have no one behind him. They have Ashton Doolin, who's more like a deep threat guy, and then nothing after that. On top of it, Daniel Jones just had another lower body injury. I mean, he's going to probably run even less than he would, which means I think more easy receptions for our guy, Josh Downs, who fits with Alec Pierce as more of an intermediate and deep guy than a short guy.
What do we got tight end here?
Oh, they took Brock Purdy. Tight end.
Gotta be Goddard.
I think we wait for Goddard.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the rankings wrong. Oh, wow, this is a tough one.
I'm a Corum bull, but I could see.
I'm fine with Corum. Yeah. The thing about Corum, as opposed to the other handcuffs, is he's going to get work consistently every week. Whereas some of the other guys like Ray Davis and Jaden Blue, you don't know if those guys are going to touch the ball week to week if the starter's healthy. But Corum touches the ball no matter what, so that's why I do like Corum. I don't take him a ton, but I usually
let me try and sell you a little bit more on the Blake Corum stuff. Here's my take overall on Blake Corum. We always want to target the best offenses in fantasy football, right? Can we make the argument that Rams are, if not the best, a top 3 offense in fantasy football? They've got the MVP from last year. They've got one of the best receivers in football. They've got one of the best route runners in Devontae Adams next to the best one of the best receivers in football. You can build this thing out here. So the only thing that's pulling him back, right, is Kyren Williams, right? They love Kyren Williams. But we saw finally them kind of pull back on Kyron's workload a little bit more, let Blake get in there. It wasn't a 50-50, but we're getting to that point. I think we might be there. The defense is going to be much better, which I think is huge in this argument with Myles Garrett, because they're going to probably play from a lead for a majority of these games, for a lot of these games, which means I think more running, which means more of letting Blake Corum take more off the plate of Kyren Williams. And I think they're also going to run more at the goal line than we saw last year. Last year, at the goal line, they were just letting Matthew Stafford try and win MVP. You can't tell me that. They were just throwing Devontae Adams these 1-yard lob up passes that he would just come down with. It was like a 50-50. That's more of like a 80-20 with Devontae Adams. But you saw teams adjust to that. Like the Seahawks, everyone's going to watch this and be like, whoa, the Seahawks just took 2 defenders, pulled a safety down with a corner, and jammed them at the line of scrimmage and said, hey, Matthew, you're not throwing those passes. What is that going to
Where's Land at? I got to bring this up. What's this guy doing on here?
You ruined my full take on Blake
You were
Corum
talking
here.
for 10 minutes. I couldn't wait any longer. I had to say hi. You wouldn't stop talking.
All right, Lando, we're up here. Baker Mayfield's still here.
Goddard.
Who do we like?
Goddard or Malik Willis, one of the two. Goddard or Malik. Those are my guys. I mean, is Goddard a reach here?
You want to go Goddard? This pick right here?
Let's just take him. Let's
take him. Now we got a tight end.
Tony,
What's up, Big T?
I think he jumped on because he heard the Roto Grinders basketball tease. Is that what you heard?
I honestly just turned it on and saw you on there. I would have, though, if I heard the Roto Grinders.
If I had known Lando was going to be how I got you on this show earlier, I would have got Lando on this show like I would have yelled at him before the All-Star break to get on a show. Just so
Lando
you could
are buddies
on.
again. We joined forces.
You joined what you joined forces on?
We had a bet, and he said he's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Now a lot of it's just in good fun, like the NBA stuff. I think we, like there's just certain things that we just don't agree on, and like, I'm super passionate about NBA just like you are, and like, but yeah, no, listen, it's all love. It's all love, and I lost the bet. It was Mike Burrows. Fantasy points or something like that. So.
of all things.
Look at him. He's still upset about it. You can tell by the way he just grabbed his face. He's like, oh,
he gave a freebie. It was a freebie. I forget what it even was. He had to get like way above the projection on Burrows or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now you're gonna be nice to Big T about his Nuggets and everything else.
No, he's allowed to get on me about my Nuggets. He just not all negativity. He can still get on stuff.
No, that's totally fair. Totally fair. No negativity. But I think the talking sports and the bullshitting back and forth, like is so good, and like the disagreements, like those are what make the best, discussions. The sports when you don't agree, and like it's great to be aligned on a fantasy slate because when your money's on the line, you want to really be. Arm in arm with the person that you're going with. But when you're just talking general sports, like some of those debates are, it's classic. It's just, that's why we love sports so much because we don't always agree. I
feel like too, that's one thing that's kind of different when me and Big T get on and start arguing with each other. I will say, I don't know if everyone loves it. Malik Willis just went, but I do feel like that makes us different from a lot of places that just agree with each other on everything. You know what I mean? You don't want to agree on everything. That's boring.
No, and mixing it up too is what it's all about. Like I said,
so we didn't get Malik. Baker went.
Give me Ferguson as a tight end too.
Let's do it. Jake Ferguson.
I want that game environment. I just want those Cowboys. Tony, I know you jump in later and later in the year with the best ball. I'm guessing this is your first look, right?
Yeah, I haven't even. Yeah, besides doing that serious show where I have to talk best ball, I haven't talked hardly at all.
All right,
I looked at rankings and stuff.
This is Landa's start, Big T. Let's hear what you think of it as someone who is, you haven't drafted yet. Let's hear what you think. So we started out a 1-4-4-2. Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Emeka Egbuka, Tedero McMillan, Jamison Williams, Tony Pollard, Jalen Hurts, Josh Downs, Blake Corum, Dallas Goedert, and Jake Ferguson.
Scroll back up.
Yep.
He's not going to like Pollard. That's one guy he won't.
The funny thing is, it's like the only guy I don't like, though. I love Egbuka, McMillan, Williams. I mean, Pollard is like the only guy I don't like.
I know.
It's funny that you've watched too many of our shows. I love Blake Corum, though. I think he could have a monster year. Kyron's due to get injured too.
I love Corum.
Yeah. I actually like the team. I don't love Hurts either. I don't love Hurts and I don't love Pollard, but the rest of the draft I freaking love.
What do you not like about Jalen Hurts?
I just don't feel good about their passing game. I don't know. I just don't feel good about Philly, but they probably will. They got rid of AJ. They may be on the rise.
What do we got quarterback, JSU?
All right. So quarterback, we got CJ Stroud, Daniel Jones, Cam Ward, Bryce Young, Geno. I mean, these are the quarterbacks left.
Oh God. Jones and Young are stacking partners.
We have Downs and we have Downs if we want to do that.
Right, give me Jones.
All right.
I hate it because I don't think he's going to run this year, but like I waited on quarterback way too long.
We were getting thin at quarterback. It
the
was
Willis
getting
pick,
really thin.
the Willis pick is the one. That's the one that I needed, and he took me. He took.
And he doesn't normally go here. I mean, Malik Willis at 123. Sometimes you can get him at like 135, 140. So Malik Willis, that's early for Malik Willis.
Tony's going to be in on Willis. I'm telling you right now because Tony's a game script guy and a team totals guy and a totals guy. And those Dolphins totals are going to be 50 every week. And this guy's going to be playing from 21-14 behind every week and just running. And he goes so late. Like,
I like how late he goes for sure. And I like runners in the late spots. What is this tool we're using here? What is this thing up here?
It's awesome.
It's the sidekick over at Legendary Upside.
What is it? So what does it do though? That's the best available each spot.
Yeah, it's the draft assist tool. So it's a Sims tool, and what it does is pretty much the guy at the top of the kick is the guy that from the simulations gives you the chance to make the most money. That's the way they explain it to me in simple terms.
So if you didn't want Stroud, does it show you like a second option?
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is right below him.
Oh, that's not by position. That's just like best. I was thinking that was like best quarterback, best receiver.
Yeah.
But you know what the best feature of it is? If you look, Tony, it has the amount that JSU has drafted in dollars and percentage
at the
bottom. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I like that.
So I can't be like, yeah, I'm in on this guy. And then you see that guy and he's got like 2% drafted. And you're like, well, are you
doing the same bullshit this year where you pick every single dude the same every draft?
No, I've tried to diversify.
You're spacing out a little more.
So my highest dollar guys, though, are the guys that I'm really in on. So you'll know, like Luther Burden, I'm super in on. I don't draft them every time. I want to draft them every time, but I don't do it. But I've got like $3,000 invested on DraftKings on Luther Burden, so all right.
I'm going to get mine for this one, but we got a stack here. We got to hope the week 17 shootout goes, but it's Bryce Young.
All right.
Got Tet. I know.
Yeah, we got Tet. I think that's fair. I mean, see, the one good thing with CJ is you can backstack them, but we have Tet, so it's like, why not just pair a quarterback with the number one there? So, all right, we got our quarterbacks.
Is this dude trolling you, or is this a serious statement?
The sidekick allows you to draft teams. Oh, you took it back too quick, but draft the same team as everyone else. No, it's not really how it works. It's because it's all based off of the draft board and who's getting selected in your draft specifically. So
you can't like tinker with it and like bump your guys and lower your guys. Like,
well, you can put your own rankings and not use the sim based tool. You know what I mean? You could do it that way if you wanted to.
I don't want to blow Tony's head up too much today, but we're on good terms again. But one thing I always think about that he said last year when he did the draft with Portnoy, the big one, and everybody talks about, week 17 correlation and this, that, the other thing. And somebody asked Tony, they were like, well, what's your goal? And I stand by this being the optimal strategy. Just win your 12 team. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, just win your 12 team and then just get hot in the playoffs. Like, hope you just run pure in the playoffs. But, like, I don't do as much week 17 stuff, like, as I probably should. My focus is, like, how can I draft the best team to advance? And then can I run hot with injuries and game scripts? And, like, the other thing I think about last year is Bears 49ers was optimal that 1 week. And if you told anybody that at the beginning of the year with those two defenses, like, anything could happen once the playoffs come. So, like, my goal when I'm drafting is just to, like, win the 12,
All right, Landa, I'm going to step in and toot my own horn for a second because there was one person on these airwaves that told you that stack was going to be optimal, and it was me.
Well, I remember
telling everyone that.
Yeah, I do remember that. You were a Bear. Yeah. That was your whole thing with Bear. Yeah.
Everyone hated Caleb Williams and everyone loved Jaden Daniels. And I was like, guys, Jaden Daniels sun run year one. I was happy about it. We drafted him, but year two is Caleb. And it was a 30 pick difference. Like, how did I not? Yeah. And the year before it was the opposite. Everyone wanted Caleb and not Jaden.
Yeah.
All right.
We need a receiver here.
Who are you in on? I mean, Ricky's out. Trey Tucker. This is by ADP.
Can you give me one?
Oh, yeah.
Man. Wicks is a bit of Wicks is too big of a
Wick,
reach here.
we'll get Wicks in a
Give
second.
me Tesla, whatever it is.
Oh, you're a Tesla guy. Okay.
I want somebody. So now we have JMO and Tesla, right? Which,
Yep.
you would think, well, you want Goff, but maybe we sun run here and Laporta and or Amon-Ra goes out and Tesla's role is huge. Again, the same thing we've probably said about 6 or 7 times. Game scripts. Is there a better game script in the NFL than the Lions? I don't think so. So,
not many. And I like building out mini team stacks. So I'm actually, even if I don't get Goff, like we have JMO, even if we missed on Goff trying to get him, which we did, obviously we didn't get. I like building out like more correlation, right? Like mini team stacking, I think is fine to do, especially with good offenses like the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this with like bad offenses. You know what I mean? We don't want to do this with like Miami without Malik Willis.
No.
But like, you know, if we're doing the Lions, I'm cool with that. If we're doing the Bears, the 49ers, the Cowboys, I like doing the mini correlation stuff right there. So Big T, what do you think about old Tesla and the Lions offense there? Are you in on the Lions this year?
I like the Lions always. I like their system. I know their coordinators are different from when they really dominated a few years ago, but I like them. I also like Landa's strategy of you can't win the whole thing if you don't win your division. So, I mean, that's kind of how I always look at it. And again, I am nowhere near a best ball anything. I don't want to claim to be anything, but that's how I look at it. I think people overblow week 17. You can't, it doesn't matter what week 17 is if you don't get there. So, like, I totally agree with that strategy. And I haven't looked at the payouts again. I'm assuming you make money, though, if you win your thing, right? Like, you're free rolling the rest of the way, which is ultimately the goal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely the goal. I mean,
and if everyone drafts the same way, it goes the same as Showdown every format. If everyone drafts the same way and thinks similarly, especially the regulars, don't do it exactly the same way, no matter what that means.
Well, that goes back to my point of people just jamming 3 running backs with their first 4 picks.
If they do that, then don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think getting Bijan or Gibbs is such a huge advantage, because you can draft one and then go like 3 wide receivers and still feel okay about running back at the end of the draft. But
you guys did too. Wait for a tight end. You guys picked up a couple in whatever rounds those are. I like that.
It's like that 120 range. You've got like Kelsey, Goddard, Ferguson, Likely, Kittle. There's so many tight ends you can get.
I'm reaching for Wicks here for the stack.
Yeah, because I don't know if he'll make it back.
Sometimes you got to get your guys. Yeah. And the Willis thing, like that's one that bothers me. So like, I don't mind reaching. If you want to call me an ADP sucker or a fish, like that's fine, but like when I think about if I'm going to draft Hurts and I pass on Devontae, I want I know we have Goddard already, but just give me the double even. And, you want the rushing touchdowns from Hurts too, but like, I just want as much correlation as possible.
Yep. And now we got our stack.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me with Philly is, the game environment. It reminds me of that was another Big T Landa thing. So the year that the Eagles had the terrible defense with all the whiteys in the secondary, you remember this team? It was like 3 years ago.
I definitely won this argument.
You definitely won one. This is a terrible. It's awful. Yeah. But it was like all white guys in the secondary for the Eagles. And every week Tony I crushed that year too. I mean, it had to be 3 or 4 years ago, and just picked on the Eagles all year, and I was dead wrong every week.
I think it was 3 or 4. I was wrong on the Eagles a lot, to be fair too. Like the year before, I think they won it. I thought they were bad, or whenever they won it, I got on them late. Yeah, that's what's fun about doing these though, and arguing about sports, because we're gonna be right sometimes, and we're gonna be wrong sometimes too. So it's fun either way.
Yeah. No,
Big T owned me on the Seahawks. Sometimes you're right, sometimes
I'm still well, before we do our first show, I'm getting Wendy's with freaking Bradford jersey on. Like,
no, you're getting it. You're getting it.
It's gonna be the best day ever.
You're getting Big T. Is Taysom Hill going to be a factor this year? I don't know if you saw this, Big T, but Sean Payton.
I didn't see he's going. Is he going anywhere yet?
Well, no. But the link is there, right? You got Denver, Sean Payton.
Makes a lot of sense to go to Denver too. What was his reason for like leaving New Orleans? He was just done with that phase.
I think they were also done with. I think they
He's
wanted.
getting older, dude. He was in like the missions and stuff too, wasn't he? Isn't he like real old?
He's old. We're up here. We got Terrence Ferguson. Well, let's sort by ADP. ADP is not going to like Terrence Ferguson, but I have Terrence Ferguson up there. Gunnar Helm, AJ Barner, a lot of tight ends over here.
I want Tonjes though. That's the guy I want.
Okay, so let's wait. Do you want to go with a different position? A Ray Davis, a Zachariah?
Well, your guy Branch. You like Branch, right? Too. Let's go.
Yes.
Branch. Let's take a shot at Branch. That's one of your guys.
I think also one thing to bet on if you're just thinking about it, but bet on talented receivers in a receiving room where they have to beat out Jahan Dotson to be the number 2 guy. Like if you tell me Jahan Dotson is the number 2 receiver and my guy has to beat out Jahan Dotson to be number 2, I'm going to take that young receiver and just bet that he beats out Dotson here, Tony. I feel like Branch, I didn't watch a ton of college football. I never claimed to be a college football guy ever. Okay.
Who was it? Zachariah Branch?
Zachariah Branch. When I watched just his film,
he's electric.
He jumps off. He
also kind of like never fully hit his potential yet. He's got upside based on just his athleticism.
See, and that's one reason. I think that's one reason why Tony can really jump into best ball later too, because when you play college DFS, you already know these rookies, and college DFS is not legal in New York, so like I can't play it. So like I'm behind the 8 ball unless I start a little earlier. But like if you play college DFS, you know these guys and like guys that you want to be on, you know. So that's a huge advantage that people that play every week, you know, have when it comes to best ball season. Because if you're going to be a great best ball player, you got to know these guys in the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Can you legally play college where you're at, Landa?
No.
See, that's my problem too. I would play it, but
I would play. I'd love to. I watch the shows with Bruce every week, every Saturday morning, even just for the bets. Like, you know, you know, but I can't play DFS, which is a killer. But you know, I try to follow along with, you know, what the bets are, like some of the Big 12 overs and stuff like that, or things that I'll follow, you know, because they correlate with the DFS stuff. So
we have a 3-4-7-2 build right now. So we got our 3 quarterbacks. We have 4 running backs. We have 7 receivers and 2 tight ends right now. We're at pick 198 and we're almost up.
The question here is, am I comfortable? I never want to take 4 tight ends, but I just got to be really comfortable that Tonjes gets work as that third. And Kittle, I mean, you know, he's an RPS hero, but like, man, this guy is like, you know, he is just breaking down. Like, I love the guy too, but so I'm gonna say we go. Can we look at running back here?
Yep. We got Nick Singleton, Keelan Black, Kaytron Allen.
I mean, the guy I take is Giddens, but he's way down there.
We could take him at the end if you like him.
Give me a receiver again.
Yep, Booty, Hurst, Keenan Allen.
Lane. That's another guy we've talked about.
I thought of you today, Landa, because I was just reading a report on Jacoby Lane, saying that he was working in with the ones today. And I thought about you because you were like, one guy I'm in on. You added me. And you're like, this is one guy I'm in on late. And then I showed you my exposure, and you're like, oh, hey, nice. But no, I'm with you. I think betting on a Lane or a Surratt to big. You watched a ton of college football. Jacoby Lane, Elijah Surratt, both with the Ravens. They have Bateman.
Would he die mid-question, or is that my internet?
He's back.
I'm back.
Oh,
I was
asking the question. It died.
I was asking you about Surratt and Jacoby Lane.
Yeah,
I know you watch college.
Both with Baltimore.
Yep.
I don't know what their ADP is, but I like Surratt more.
220.
They're both about the same.
Yep.
I
like Surratt more.
I draft them both, so I don't.
Lane was in like the best possible system, like in college. I mean, like just a great system, and then Surratt. I like Surratt more.
Is who Lane is a bigger guy? Is he a bigger guy?
It feels like he is. Just I'd have to pull up.
He's a bigger guy. I feel like he's a little more athletic. Where I feel like Elijah Surratt is just like more the consistent, like ready now type of guy, but maybe doesn't have like the upside of a Lane. It's kind of how.
I don't even like agree with that though.
No,
I don't know. Surratt's just better. I think. I don't.
I gotta get more Surratt then, because
Let me look at
I
the
don't
profile.
know enough about him, but what I've seen with Lane has just been super impressive. But I
They
think
both might end up good. Is the funny part. Like, how about a stack like that where you?
I
Pick up
got
a couple
I got
of them?
2K invested in Surratt, so I mean I'm in on some Elijah Surratt too.
I
so.
want
All
to
right,
look at their profile though. So
Do you want to
Giddens-
take your boy Tonjes now and then Giddens at the end?
Yeah. Is Ton just gone?
Let's see. Uh-oh. So someone was listening. He's gone.
Give me Mayer. Give me Mayer. I mean, it's a similar. I mean, somebody's definitely. It's the Willis guy, same guy that drafted Malik Willis, probably.
Let's see here. Who drafted Jake Tonjes? Where the heck did Jake Tonjes?
Jacoby Lane's a little taller, 2 inches. It says. I like Surratt more.
He went at 193 in this draft.
People are. I'm telling you, like, Kittle might be a Hall of Famer. Like, that's how great of a career he's had. But he is breaking down, and Purdy looked for Tonjes every single time. I remember he was Stone Min. He was 2,500, like a couple of weeks, and he went off for like a 13 or a 14 at Stone Min last year. He likes Tonjes. Now, Mayer is similar. You know, like if Bowers goes down, Mayer's the nuts. But, you know, Bowers is a younger guy, obviously, and I
think Mayer actually has a little more upside just if both are healthy, because I think they play
Mayer still for the Raiders.
Yeah, they play a lot more 12. I think this year the Raiders do. I think they get their best personnel out on the field.
I just don't like. I see him more than anyone. He's in this area. Like, works out with a guy on my team's dad, and like, I just don't love his mental side. Oof. Just listening to him talk he doesn't instill confidence in me. Put it that way. He doesn't like where he's at. I don't want to like say too much, but he doesn't like where he's at. I just don't. He's so talented. If he ever gets out of the Raiders situation,
that's my point. Is he's so talented? Like,
is he going just super late, like always?
At the very end of draft.
But maybe he gets traded or something. The problem is the Raiders value him. He doesn't really value the Raiders. Is kind of the short story of it.
That's definitely a fact. They definitely value him for sure. Tony, Kevin asked, was Lane at Washington last season?
That's a different human.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't it USC?
That was Jalen Lane. Yeah, the Lane from this year was USC in that good system.
Jacoby Lane is who we were talking about for sure.
So now the Willis guy took Giddens.
All right.
So we got to do Braylon Allen or Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright to me is another one who gets criminally.
Jalen Wright. I don't think I've ever drafted Jalen Wright yet.
Look at his game log Sundays. Look at Jalen Wright's game log from last year when Achane was out.
All right, let's do it. This will be my first Jalen Wright share here. We need I think we need a
branch out, JSU. You got to branch out a little bit. Have some fun.
We'll have some fun. I told Land, I said he has the wheels. This is I'm drafting it, but he's got the lead. So whatever he says, you're right too. He did have a couple games in double digits right here, 19, 12.
He's another talented guy though. A lot of these guys like that. If they just get one little injury ahead of them, they are a monster.
I just worry about Mike McDaniel not being there. Like, that's gotta hurt someone like Jalen Lane. And Achane for that matter. I feel like he schemed it up so well. His scheme is just so running back friendly, and now it's gone. And they got a defensive guy as the head coach. And I don't know about the offense. Willis is going to run a lot, but maybe Wright just plays in 15, 16, 17.
Yeah. What else we got a running back here for the last pick here? God, this was a fast draft.
Yeah, I know. So we went a 3-5-8-3 build here. We got one more pick left. You said running back. So this is what we got. Pirine, Claiborne. Ugh, it's gross. I think we're okay with 5.
Think so?
We got CMC, Big Dog, Tony Pollard, Blake Corum. I think we're okay with 5 running backs.
So it's I either want to go with Big T's guy, Surratt, if he's still there. He might not be there.
He might not. Oh, he's still here.
All right. Or a tight end or a 4th tight end, which I hate doing, but I just worried about that Mayer thing. That bothers me. Gesicki? What about Gesicki, Tony?
Didn't they sign someone?
No, but Eric All is back. And
Oh,
They didn't sign a tight end. In my head, they got a tight end. They didn't?
I don't think
Hudson
they
is there.
did.
I
It's
thought
Hudson.
they brought in like someone totally different. This again, I have not looked at anything. So
I'm pretty sure they didn't.
let me see here. Hold on.
So
Gesicki.
their tight ends are Gesicki, Drew Sample, Eric.
I like
All,
Gesicki. If they didn't bring anyone in, I like Gesicki for sure.
Tanner Hudson.
Okay.
That's
Same
their
guy. So yeah, I like him.
So it comes down to roster construction. Like a fourth tight end, I don't love it, but with this team, it's either I don't. Yeah, man,
You
this is
can't
tough.
take. Do people take 4 tight ends?
I mean,
Very
I've taken 4 tight ends a
Do
few
you?
times. Just
Let's
at
go
the
with
very
Tony.
end.
It's either Tony's boy or your boy, Skylar Bell or Surratt.
Skylar Bell was so good in college.
Dude, Skylar Bell is a baller, man.
Let's
That's
take
He's
why
one of those guys, correct me if I'm wrong, that's not crazy athletic, but like runs great routes and like just incredible.
he
Like,
just seems like a worker. Like,
he was so good at he's UConn, right? He was so good at UConn.
and there's already reports like he's staying late with Josh Allen, catching passes.
He's a beast. I like him.
Let's go with it. Yeah.
He plays for Buffalo too. Oh my God, he might crush in Buffalo.
I just said he's staying late with Josh Allen. Yeah, he's in the
What's
Buffalo.
their pecking order? How's he go that late? Is he just
So-
not athletic enough?
So they have
DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore, yeah, Khalil Shakir, and then like the Josh Palmer stuff. So like
Tony's boy, Keon Coleman.
Oh God,
gross, absolutely gross.
He is so bad. He is so bad. I bet his over one game late in the year. It was like 24.5, and he didn't even come close. I mean, he is awful.
He had a really bad year. He was.
So our finishing build here, 3-5-9-3 build started out with CMC and Derrick Henry, Abuka, McMillan, J-Mo, Tony Pollard, Jalen Hurts, Josh Downs, Blake Corum, Dallas Goedert, Jake Ferguson, Daniel Jones, Bryce Young, Isaac Tesla, Dontavian Wicks, Zachariah Branch, Jacoby Lane, Michael Mayer, Jalen Wright, and Skylar Bell. Landa, we drafted this team, but most of these were your picks. What do you think of how the team laid out?
I love the start of the draft. That's my favorite start. So running back, and then that Ted Burden, that area, those type of guys like right there. I love the start. Like absolutely love the start. A couple guys that we missed on. Willis would have loved to get Malik Willis. He's my favorite guy, overall. Tight end 3, I don't love, and definitely going to need the running backs to be horses with just 5 running backs. But other than that, I think the team has a ton of upside. I like that we're correlated with Young and Tet. I like that we got the double with Hurts. I love the Jacoby Lane, Skylar Bell stuff. Like you got to take a shot with some of these guys late, and Branch too. Like look at that, like Branch, Lane, and Bell. Like one of those guys is going to hit.
I like our late receivers for sure. I just want to say one more spot left in the 5-5-5 to get this thing filled. We're 11 of 12 right now. If anyone wants to draft in a 5-5-5, one more spot left to get it rolling here. Big T, what do you think about this team? As your first best ball team you've watched get drafted, what do you think overall?
I mean, first of all, your take with like running backs, I think people draft too much for like not based on upside too. Like if your running backs stay healthy, you got monsters. Like they're going to crush. So if they don't get healthy, you'll probably lose anyway. So I don't think people do DFS or best ball enough just based on like if things go good. If things go good, what happens with this team? Yeah, if things go bad, like everyone's probably going to lose if things go bad. It doesn't matter the team. So, and like look at your guys' start. Like if those guys crush, even Pollard, I don't like Pollard, but if things go good for him, he's going to have a good year. Like he's an RB1, like he's got upside. Every week in fantasy DFS, we talk about him being an option because a matchup, his division's good for a matchup besides Houston. Is Jacksonville's defense supposed to be good?
I think they're going to be pretty solid.
Solid too. So maybe that's a bad statement.
Their run defense. Yeah.
Yeah. The secondary, I think, could be hit or miss depending on what they do with Travis Hunter.
I like your guys' team though. A little weak at quarterback for what I like, but I like the team. I think it's a good team. I don't have anything to make fun of.
Yeah, and I like this too, Landon. I appreciate you coming on, drafting with us. I might have to do this a little more. We get a little Run Pure Sports member on, Tony. Get him drafting a team or something like that.
Especially an OG. Landa
Yeah.
pays attention too.
Well, Landa got
knows
right
what's
in my
going on.
DMs like a week or two ago and was like, "Hey man, I'd love to do a draft." And I was like, "Why not? Let's do it. Let's rip one." So Landa, anytime you want to draft and I'm just hanging out or something like that on stream, man, just hit me up. Love talking ball.
No, I definitely will. It's funny, the other day I looked at the FanDuel account. I was looking at settings or something like that. And you know how it shows you when you started and it said October 2013. And I thought about it and I was like, damn, like
it's been a long time, man. Like there's not many people from the original days still going. Like it's been a while.
Yeah. And somebody else was asking me recently at the bar or something. He was like, well, how did you get into DFS? Like, because everybody plays season long or whatever. And I was like, the first stream that I recall was the Roto Grinder stream. I think it was you and CSU actually that was on there.
Damn, that's an old stream.
Yeah,
it would make sense. It's been a minute.
And beers, like I think that it might have been that combination of three. And it's been 13 years. So no, I appreciate you guys letting me hop on. And Tony, we should do the playback stuff too. Is that still?
No, they sold it and nobody else opened it. We'll get something going though for sure. We got to find a way to get something similar to that, especially for NFL.
Yeah, the live watch stuff is really engaging. To watch it with your buddies, especially.
It's the best format. Someone bought it for him. I need to ask the guy because he couldn't say it at the time. But I wonder who bought it and what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
Someone bought it to do something with it. Like they didn't buy it just to let it sit on it. At least I don't think they did.
Speaking of
CSU, he's just sitting right here in the draft with us here. So he's at pick.
Is he in the draft?
Yeah, he's me and him are sniping. We're pick 8 and 9. Tony,
you're in the 550 and you got Cal in there.
Oh yeah, Tony, I gotta get a pick from you here for this first spot.
No, I'm not picking in your 555.
Yes, you are.
No, give me options. If you give me options, I'll pick.
All right, I'll give you options. I'll give you options for sure. So my rankings are here.
Yeah, you Tony. Give me like 3 options and I'll pick.
Done.
We'll do that the whole draft.
Done.
Okay.
I had Zane. I had Zane Donani on. He did a full 555. Yeah. I let him pick.
It's a smart way for you to do it too. Space it around. That gets your ownerships different.
Yeah. I'm gonna have John Daigle on next week. We're gonna do a 555. I'm gonna let him rip away. So I got tons of exposure. Don't worry. All right, Tony, JT, CD Lamb, James Cook. 3 guys. We're at pick 9 right now.
CD Lamb.
Bang.
All right, last question before I hop off here. If we win the $3 million with that team, what do we do?
If we win the $3 million with that team, you're getting a healthy check sent to your house.
It would be legendary if you guys won on one of these.
Randa, I'll post that team on Twitter and at you with it so you can bookmark it. If that team wins the $3 million, brother, you're getting a healthy check sent to your house.
Is that what first place really is? $3 million?
Yeah, they have.
Off what? $20?
25. 3 million, 2 million, 3 million, 2 million, 1 million, Tony. So
God,
3 million makers.
I better get in there and do some drafts.
We'll have to do Nuggets Knicks at the Garden. That's what we'll do.
Now we're talking.
Yep. In the suite.
Yeah, or Nuggets Celtics because JSU's up there. But
Nuggets Knicks. We'll do Nuggets Knicks. Tony can't help. He needs to see Jokic.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, guys. Thanks for letting me hop on here. Best of luck. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely, Landa. Peace, man. All right. Let's see. We're back up on the clock here.
Give me options. I'm trying to get my baseball up while I sit here and do this.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, guys, like 100 and something watching on YouTube right now. Hit the like button. You're just hanging out. Appreciate everyone hanging out.
On the clock?
Yeah, we're on the clock right now. So we got. Oh, let me get this up here. So Kenny Walker, that's the top of my ranks. Chase Brown, Devon Achane, Derrick Henry, Brock Bowers.
God, how does Kenny Walker not crush in Kansas City? He's got a crush, right?
I don't know how he doesn't crush.
Yeah, he's got a crush. Let's get a running back.
There. Love that. Yeah. Our boy CSU went Justin Jefferson at 8, and he's up on the clock right now. Let's see. Where did Cal? Cal went JSN at 5. Tony, you see anything on the board like Gibbs, Bijan 1-2 is normal. Chase, Nakua 3-4 is very normal. Like this starts very normal. JSN at 5. That's kind of how drafts go. 1 through 5. That's the exact normal spot. Is those 5 guys? Are any one of those 5 guys like a guy you're just completely out on?
The first 5?
Yeah, like Chase, Nakua, JSN.
I was texting CSU, told him to get in this chat.
Oh.
Chase, Puka, no, I mean that looks even McCaffrey. I mean, it all looks. What the hell? Again, I literally haven't looked.
No, that's 1 through 6. 82.
That looks pretty standard to me all the way.
Yep.
I mean, all the way through. The only guy I don't like is Genty, but he'll be better this year too. Like it looks. I mean, it looks standard. I don't honestly. The first couple rounds of drafts, like, I don't really think you can do it that wrong unless you like just do something just egregious. Right. If you're picking somewhat within the line, I mean, they're all good guys. Then it comes down to luck. Who gets hurt, who doesn't. If you correlate properly later, but I don't really think you can mess it up that bad.
Bucks Baller says asked for Big T yesterday.
Yeah, that's why I came on.
Boom! Look at that, Bucks Baller. That's how
we had a couple people on the first show like, why don't you hop on with JSU? I'm like, okay, I'm doing my baseball right. I'm trying to get baseball up, but I'll at least sit here.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like when you hop on with me, Big T, you don't have to talk the whole time. Yeah. You know, I'll sit here and talk. And if you guys have questions too, you want to ask us questions or anything like that, we're just hanging out. We're just ripping a draft here. This is the 555. I did one draft with our guy Landa, which was awesome. I thought he did a really good job. You missed the beginning, but Landa was breaking stuff down, why he liked this guy and that guy. He crushed it too, by the way. So shout out to Landa. Did a great job on stream. And just hanging out. So hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, I got to remember to say this, but Sirius XM, 6 p.m. Eastern today, Runpuresports with Win Daily. You guys will be going on. I don't know if it's you, Stats, or if it's both.
Yeah, it's me and Jay tonight.
All right, so Big T and Jay on Sirius XM tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys want to listen to more of Big T's takes there, check that show out. They'll be on every Sunday up to football season at 6 p.m. Eastern time, either Big T, Stats, or both of them, but one of those guys. And then at football season, Tony, that changes, right? You guys go on later.
At 8. Yeah, 6 to 8 now, 8 to 10 then.
So bang, you'll get Big T on Sirius XM. If you want Big T all the time, though, the easiest way to get Big T all the time is just join the Discord. You know what I mean? Just early NFL 25 for 25%. You can use that promo code. You can get in any package on the board and join the Discord. Simple way to get Big T all the time. But if you want them just a little bit of the time, this YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, and Sirius XM on Sundays, 6 to 8 right now, and then 8 to 10 on
8 to 10. Yep. Well, once football starts, we'll live bet. We'll do all that stuff.
By the way, at some point, Tony, remind me. I got to show the gamblies. Maybe after this draft, we'll quickly screen share the Runpure bets for anyone that hasn't seen it, because
it's sweet. I don't think. Well, who we got?
All right, so Lad just went. Here's what's on the board right now. We got Emeka Egbuka, Kyron Williams, T. Higgins. I'd say let's go between Emeka Egbuka, T. Higgins.
Let's get Egbuka. He's gonna have a big year.
Love that.
Over my boy T too. I do like T. I like Egbuka a lot though. Actually, on the first week of Sirius, I gave him as like one of my, whatever you call it, like guys I like the most.
He's a guy that I wasn't drafting early in the season that I've changed my tune on and want more of, and I've started clicking him a lot. And he started to fall a little bit. Like his ADP is 28, I think. We just got him at, what's that, pick 34 right there. So 33. So I feel like a decent spot there. And I love Egbuka. I'm trying to get more of him. So we started out from the 9 hole, CeeDee Lamb, Kenneth Walker, Emeka Egbuka. I'm giving Big T a couple options. He's making the decisions based off those few options that I lay out for him. Let's see. And by the way, if anyone's in this draft and you're just hanging out in the chat, let me know. Let me know your username. BP is always lurking, Tony. This guy's in a lot of 5.55s. I know Chris is in a lot of 5.55s and plays a ton. We got Tanner Tolbert, who I don't know if you know, but we both know who he is. Bank Rick rolled. These are guys that are always in here. So we got a lot of people that are regulars in the high stake street.
Yeah, that's what's fun about these 555s. You're gonna know how people react. You're gonna know they want to correlate for the most part. Who we got. I like your sound, by the way. That helps.
Colston, don't you love the bell?
Yeah,
Colston
Loveland. When I was on a lot of them, I would miss picks and stuff.
That's why I love this. The Colston Loveland, Jalen Waddle.
Why can't I go Scatterboo? I see Scatterboo's up on this list.
I mean, you can.
I want Scatterboo.
Okay. I just worry about his ankle injury, but it sounds like you're not worried about it.
No, pick him. You're gonna.
I did. I picked them.
The Harbaugh's gonna pound him down in there. Yeah, I mean, if he like I said, kind of on the last draft, but if he gets hurt, he gets hurt. Like, if he stays healthy, I think he just crushes in the Harbaugh.
Okay, all
right.
Is
that too early for him though?
No. His ADP is like in the 40s. That's where
we're gonna win with this one. I look at those. I like all four of our dudes. CD, Ibuka. So how many running backs are we supposed to take overall? 5?
So me personally, I normally do 4 or 5. It just depends on my build. If I take a bunch early, then I'll sometimes stick to just 4. On DraftKings, though, I think 5 is the sweet spot. 6 if you're doing like the 0 RB build, which we did not do because we already have 2 in the first 4. So I think 5 is probably going to be this team. 20 rounds. I think 5 is fair.
Love it.
It could be 6 though, depending on if we let's say we just don't take running backs for a while after these 2, which I don't think we'll do. But if we did something like that, maybe we go 6. It sounds like you're not into the 4 tight end thing. You're probably in the 3.
I really don't, unless you just play all guys towards the end. If you get a couple decent ones though, I don't see 4 at all.
I think there's a lot of good tight end picks at the end.
I could see doing 4 if you don't pick any early. I could see that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm talking about. If I go all the way down to this range here, look at right here. I think Greg Dulcich is the number 1 in Miami, overall, because they have nobody. I like AJ Barner a ton in Seattle. I think Terrence Ferguson's a good pick late. Gunnar Helm is interesting for me. And then I have a lot of at the end of the draft tight ends, like Eli Raridan is someone for the Patriots, I think is catching some steam right now. Ton of good reports out of camp that they like him. I like Darnell Washington. He's lost a little weight, Tony. He's dropped 15 pounds or something like that. They signed him to a new deal. They lost Jonnu Smith. So now they're down a tight end and they just paid him. I think he's going to be out on the field a ton, especially with the new additions with Pittman. They just drafted Jeremy Bernard here. So I think they're going to want Darnell Washington a lot for his blocking, but he'll just kind of fall in with Rodgers to a lot of those short passes and maybe a few touchdowns there. So yeah, I think there's a bunch of late tight ends you can kind of sell yourself on. Also Charlie Kolar for the Chargers, I like late. He's getting some I think some good reports too about just being more of a pass catcher with LA. So yeah. All right, we're almost up on the clock. Our guy Grinders Cal is up right now. JSN, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Hetero McMillan, and he's up with his 5th pick here. What do you think of Cal start? He gets a stud receiver, a stud running back. He gets the number 1 overall quarterback, then goes back to Tet. And it looks like he might be on auto here, so he might. So he gets DJ Moore to pair with Josh Allen. What do you think about that start, Tony? He kind of got a stud at 3 of the 4 positions.
You can't really go wrong when you're drafting upside guy. I mean, like I said, I struggle the most to evaluate the early picks because I just feel like there's hardly anything you can do wrong.
Yeah. They all look really good, right, Tony?
Yeah. What? So these are yours, Travion. I don't like Rome. I like Travion and Buck. Oh, Burrow staring at me. If we had T, I'd be tempted to take Burrow.
If we had T, I'd be fine with it.
I mean, is Travion just going to tilt us all year this year again?
He might, but I think he's
Yeah, let's go Travion because I don't want to take Bucky with Ibuka.
yeah, and I think Travion's just a good bet from the standpoint that if Ramondre is there, like Travion's still going to be, I think, pretty solid this year in that offense with AJ Brown. I think the one thing AJ Brown changes is the way defenses play the Patriots. The Patriots offense had, I think it was the most single high safety or second most single high safety played against them last year. And I think it was because no teams were afraid of their receivers. This year, AJ Brown, I think Romeo Dobbs additions, they totally change probably the way teams play them overall, which means I think more space for dump offs to the running backs, better run spots for these guys. So I think Travion could just have more big plays this year, even if it is a split.
Yeah, man. I mean, you don't have to work hard to sell me on him for sure because he feels like a beast to me.
How close am I to maxing? The $25? I think that was draft 99. Tony, I've
have
been
you
trying
been doing them all on film, or have you been like?
I think 90% of my $25 have been streamed. So I think maybe 10% of them were not. I've been trying to hold back.
Yeah,
Tony.
you can't waste them early in the year when you're doing content on them.
Oh, Jordan Tyson just went. That's okay. Drake May.
That was the other guy I talked about on Sirius. I love him.
Yeah, I just like the environment. Drake May's here. We don't have anyone to stack with Joe Burrow. At least we have Travion. There's Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison. Do you have a?
Yeah, I want Jadarian Price.
Oh shit, where is he?
Up top.
I think I got him. I just got that pick in
our
there.
Fourth running back too.
Yeah, that is our fourth running back there, Tony. Him and
so we don't want any more running back. I like our youth though. I always draft the youth. Look at all our young guys.
So him and Henderson do have the same bye week, but who cares? I mean,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So it is funny that you said you wanted Jadarian Price. You know, another guy I'm not in on is Jadarian.
I've seen all the Twitter though. No one's in on him, and I'm sure you hate Seattle, so it makes sense. It makes sense why you hate him.
I don't hate Seattle's the funny part. I think I actually think buying the passing game. I just said I like AJ Barner. I think Torrey Horton is a steal late, who I want to draft a little more of because it seems like he's fully healthy. I don't know if you saw, but like he was playing with that like shin issue or whatever it was from like week 3 to week 9 where they shut him down. So like he was playing like not at 100%, and now it seems like he's 100%. So I think he's a fun little buy right there. But the price thing, you know what I hate about it for best ball is Zach Charbonnet at some point is going to come back. And he's just going to eat into Jadarian Price's role. They love Zach Charbonnet. They can't talk about him enough, even when he's out with an ACL injury. And I just think he's going to come back and immediately take over the goal line. The thing that we got tilted about Kenny Walker, you know what I mean? We were drafting Kenny Walker in the 4th round, 3rd round, whatever it was last year, and that totally burned us. And I think it's the same situation once Charbonnet comes back. So that's why I don't love Price. It's more a bet that like at some point Charbonnet comes back and is going to take the goal line stuff over. But why do you like Price? Is it just like leaning into the good offense, or what is it?
No, I mean, like I'm always going to draft the same way, like young, talented guys that I think are talented. And I do think they're going to be a little worse too without Kubiak. That was who it was, Kubiak, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little worse without him, but I don't know. I'm buying into the talent and the team. I think everyone's just going to do what they did last year too. Like last year was fluky. They're going to come back to where the Rams are going to dominate. I get.
You mean Seattle? Like everyone's going to look at them the way I looked at them. Like
yeah,
and
everyone loves the Rams. I think it's going to be just like last year. Like everyone's going to. And honestly, they probably will not be as good as they were last year because they were freaking awesome.
I mean, yeah. How can they be much better, honestly?
Yeah.
Like they lose Kubiak. they can't be that much better when you lose Clint Kubiak.
No, you're not going to be better. I'm like a huge believer in their actual coach, though, McDonald. Like
the defense. Yeah, you love the. That's
I just
always
think he's
your
a good
take
coach.
too. I'll give you credit about it. Your take was way more about the defense than anything else. Just
Yeah,
about how they were so good.
and they were so freaking good. Like just unbelievable how good they were all year. And I mean, they held up. They definitely weren't the best quarterback or the best overall talent, but their defense was just nasty.
So we're almost up here. A couple guys right now at the top of ADP, not my ranks, but Godwin, Michael Wilson, Mekhi Lemons here, Justin Herbert. If you want a quarterback, you see any?
What's Lemon? Where's Lemon at?
Lemons right here.
Oh yeah, let's get him.
Okay, I like me
another young guy. Let's go all young here.
You're just into the you're just buying the youth right now.
I actually like Lemon a lot as far as talent too. That's my problem though. I like all these young guys. So what Landa said in the first show, like it's my advantage that I know all these guys, but it's also my disadvantage because I like all these guys because they dominate in college. They're obviously not going to all dominate in the NFL. So it's hard for me to counter for that.
Listen, regional manager Michael Scott. By the way, I love your YouTube name here, but dude picked Scadaboo in front of Tet. LMAO. Who cares? I mean, could Scadaboo outscore Tet? 100%. I have Tet ahead of Scadaboo.
I don't even like Tet is the funny thing.
That is crazy to me because I feel like you were huge into Tet last year.
I was, and then I just was disappointed all year. Like I just watched him, and he just disappointed me the entire year.
Young thing? Is it the Bryce Young thing?
No, I mean he just didn't look good to me. Like where did he finish the year? What was his like?
I'll pull his stuff up in a sec. Justin Herbert just went. That's a bummer.
He was a quarterback. Okay.
We got Trevor Lawrence on the board. We've got Matthew Stafford, but no Rams. We got Pat Mahomes with Kenny Walker.
Is Mahomes he's going to sit out though, isn't he?
I don't think so. I think he's going to start. Josh Downs is here if you want a receiver.
Who's top?
Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence is the top rank.
Let's take Josh Downs.
Okay. I think I got him. Yep.
All right. Now we got to get some quarterbacks, but
yeah, it's tough in these things because quarterback they fly at some point. Quarterbacks just fly off the board. But we started out. We got 4 running backs, 4 receivers, no quarterbacks, no tight ends yet. CeeDee Lamb, Kenny Walker, Emeka Egbuka, Cam Scadaboo, Travion Henderson, Jadarian Price, Mekhi Lemon, Josh Downs. A little Big T flavor in the 5-5-5. That's what we're gonna call it. We sprinkle a little Big T flavor in the old 5-5-5 here. So, what do you think, Tony? What do you think of our start so far? Is there anything you regret now, just watching the draft kind of play out through 8 rounds?
No, I think we're going to win all the money here.
All right, there we go. Our boy CSU picking right next to us: Justin Jefferson, Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, Jalen Waddle, Jamison Williams, Jalen Warren, RJ Harvey, Rico Dowdle here to start for our guy CSU. Grinders Cal. Oh, he went Josh Allen, Joe Burrow in this thing here. JSN, Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, Tet, DJ Moore, Joe Burrow, QJ, and Kenny Gainwell here. What do you think about the double stud quarterback right there by Cal, Tony?
I'm always pro quarterback. You've seen me in some of the bigger ones load up on quarterback, and
that's why I was surprised you passed on quarterbacks. Like with the Jadarian Price pick, I was like, Tony's going to make me just pick a quarterback at some point. And I thought
every time you pulled it up though, I wasn't like dead certain about. I didn't love anything, so it was like, I don't know. Let it fall to you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with these 5-5-5s. They'll just start reaching on quarterbacks at a certain point. But Dak Prescott went here to the Pickens team, so we didn't get him. Jackson Dart goes. It's gonna be interesting to see how this thing falls here. Because I'm assuming our boy CSU is gonna try and get a quarterback at some point soon. He's got set up.
Does he have none like we don't?
He has none too. He's got a Kyler stack though. He's got the Vegas team, which is a late quarterback. He's got Waddle. So I assume he wants Bo Nix. That's my guess. Or Jared Goff with J-Mo. One of those two.
Yeah, I could see him definitely wanting Bo Nix.
Your boy Bo, right? Yeah. So Goff goes. So he's definitely going Kyler or Bo here, I would assume. And he goes Bo. I'm not a Kyler guy, Tony. Are you a Kyler guy?
Oh, God, no, I'm not a Kyler guy. I don't even think he's going to end up being the quarterback for that long. I don't know what the chatter is. I know everyone hates
So we're up.
McCarthy,
Hold on. We're up here. Who do you want? Stafford's the top of the quarterbacks. You got Love, Shuck, Baker, Mayfield.
Baker?
Yeah.
How far down is Baker? Let's take.
Oh God,
Baker.
I gotta take someone. So I just took the top guy.
Okay, Stafford. I'm sure you took Stafford.
He was the top guy on the list.
Stafford. The clock keeps stalling on my thing. I don't. It's probably the.
That's why I was trying to get you to stop talking so I could be like, hey, we're on the clock here. That's all right though.
You secretly wanted Stafford too.
He does fit week 17 with Emeka Egbuka. So. And we have no tight ends, Tony, so we can easily take tight ends with Stafford.
Who's the quarterbacks right now?
Quarterbacks right now. Let's give it a second. So we got Jordan Love, Tyler Shuck. Oh, no. Yeah, Shuck, Baker, Mayfield.
Yeah, get us Baker.
Okay. As long as BP and Chris don't snipe us. Because I'm sure
after that, it gets a little dicey.
I bet one of them's listening. Oh, it definitely gets dicey. Jordan Love
would do huge numbers drafted. I don't know about that.
I think Big T would do huge numbers drafting too.
I got my baseball up now, so I can at least focus a little more.
I agree with Joseph, by the way. I think Big T would crush massive numbers here. Okay, he goes Worthy. So let's just get Baker here. I like it too. So week 17, Tony, I don't even know. You probably didn't realize this here. But week 17, the Rams and the Bucks play each other. So we just naturally got a little correlation there. So no Rams. Obviously, we don't have Puka or Devontae, but we do have Egbuka. Now we got Baker. We got 4 good early running backs here: Kenny Walker, Cam Scatterbo, Travion Henderson, Jadarian Price, and then solid receivers: CeeDee Lamb, Egbuka, Lemon, and Josh Downs, who I'm very high on. I like our start, man. I know we don't have a tight end yet, but I think tight end. We're getting to the tight end pocket. This is one of the tight
and I think we like a lot of lower tight ends too, so I don't think it'll be that hard to.
No,
and
the next time we pick, we're kind of in this pocket here. What I think is a tight end pocket. You got Kincaid, who just went, but Dallas Goedert, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Jake Ferguson, Travis Kelce. Chig's not in this pocket, but I think Chig's going to be really good this year. And then you get the late pocket, very late. But yeah, so we have options here for sure. And we do have CD, so we can pair like a Ferguson, or we could do a Likely.
There's a lot of good tight ends left. How fat did Kelce look, by the way, in those pictures?
Huge.
Looked like me.
Huge. And dude, after those pictures started circulating in a couple of my drafts, he fell to pick 138. And I was just like, all right, well, I guess I got to take fat Travis Kelce if he's.
The thing about all these guys like him, though, is he'll find his way back into shape. And then he'll end up somehow being. I do think he's pretty washed, to be honest.
Oh, he's washed for sure. But at that point, you're like, okay, I'll just.
And he's still in a great system. And truly, though, he wouldn't have come back if he doesn't think there's at least something in there. I mean, he just got married. He's living the dream. I mean, he might have a little something in there still.
I'm surprised, honestly, he's playing football this year. The fact that he is.
Why is he? He's already won. He's already done everything. Why?
Bro, you've done everything. You got Super Bowls. You just married the biggest star in the world. He just went in the draft, by the way. And you're back playing football. I mean, you got to think that they think this offense has a chance to just be explosive.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're up in 2 picks here, Tony. So couple options here. So Isaiah Likely would be a week 17 with CD. Casey Concepcion, Jalen Coker, two good receivers, Jaden Higgins. These are the receivers here. Tyrone Tracy, JCM, running backs. I'm not really into JCM, but Tracy, we have Scattaboo, so we probably don't want Tracy. Do you see anyone you're looking at here?
I'm half tempted to take Darnold and get 3 quarterbacks and be done with it.
Probably could get Darnold here.
Later?
Well, the JSN team is behind us, so it's up to you, though.
I don't like any of these guys that much.
Do you like Coker or Likely?
I like Coker. Likely, I kind of got burnt on him last year. I don't feel great about him.
We can do
take Coker. Likely. Take him.
Coker works.
Take
Coker
Likely.
Works.
No, get Likely.
Okay. I was going to say.
I honestly forgot he was in the Giants, and we got a good little.
No, we got Jalen Coker. I don't know why, but my thing just timed
out. I don't mind Coker anyways. It don't matter.
The reason why I said Jalen Coker, Tony, is if you want Sam Darnold, if we get Sam Darnold, he pairs up with Coker for week 17. So
Cal just texted me. He didn't even know he was drafting. He said he turned the show on and realized he was in it auto drafting.
Yeah, Cal, you got Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Oh, Sam Darnold just went. I
mean, we didn't need Sam Darnold anyways. Like, he was just – I don't mind, like, at this point, though, locking up 3 quarterbacks.
No, I was going to say, though, Sam Darnold, I think, would have been, like, kind of perfect in our build, like the build that we have.
Because quarterback, we need one more. And, look, they're all coming off the board. Like, damn, we probably should have taken Darnold looking at it. Oh, well.
So, actually, we might get lucky here because Isaiah Likely's still on the board. I say we take his ADP is 117.
Yeah.
We're at 136 here. I think we just take it at this point.
Yeah, let's do it.
He pairs with CD. It's our first tight end. We're probably going to get multiple tight ends in the later portion, but I think that falls too good here. One guy that was still on the board who I'm trying to draft some of as well. I just don't think it fit our team. But what are you doing with Stephon Diggs, Tony?
I mean, I have principles. I'm not taking Stephon Diggs.
I have principles, he said.
I don't like anything about Diggs. Is he even signed?
No. This is the reason why I'm drafting him now, though. Because once he signs, he's going to shoot.
He's not going to sign.
He's going to sign.
He is? With who?
I think Washington.
Oh, God. I'm not taking Diggs.
He said, I have principles. I need to clip that. That's my favorite Stephon Diggs take right there is I have principles. He's
not playing for my team.
I do think though once he signs, you can kiss the 136.
Yeah, he'll come up for sure, but I'm not even like 100% certain that I like it. Obviously, at some point of a draft, I like him, but I don't feel that great about him, even without all the sideshow nonsense.
So Debo, Tony, listen to this.
I'm definitely not taking Debo either.
So Debo went in our drafts at pick 134, right?
Yeah.
I was drafting
He's better than Kelsey.
I was drafting Debo in 170s and 180s last week.
Yeah.
Like this is my point though with these guys. Like everyone just pushes them up the board once they sign. So draft
doesn't mean you have to though. ADP isn't everything.
No, I'm not doing. I got my Debo shares. Yeah. I got 20%. I'm happy with Debo. I got like 25 on UD. I might be a little lower actually on DraftKings. I can't, maybe 16, 17, whatever it is. I got enough where I'm like, okay, I'm fair. I don't need to draft him now unless he falls. But I do think it's funny that we know, like, I feel very confident Diggs and Debo signed. I said this for weeks. Debo signed. We knew it was going to happen, but people still just wait for it. And I just think it's interesting that people kind of wait for it here. We're up in one pick, and I think it's a clear pick if you want to do the 3 quarterback thing.
Who's the quarterback? Bryce Young?
Well, Bryce Young would pair with Coker. And
yeah, I mean, I want 3 quarterbacks. So, yeah, I mean, lock it up. We can figure the other positions out.
Yeah, and he's a week 17 bring back because we have price.
Yeah, I'm finished. I always want to have 3 quarterbacks because all the drafts I've done the last few years, I get so freaking mad when I end up with 2, and then like I just want 3. Like unless you got 2 just studs, that's a little different. But 3, what do you do? Like if you get 2 studs, do you only draft 2?
So I would say up to like July, 90% of my teams have been 3 quarterbacks regardless. So I'm more in your camp when it comes to if I'm only drafting like a handful of teams, I'd probably be 3 quarterbacks on like all of them or like at least 90% of them. Even when I get the stud, Tony, maybe I'll just get 2 cheap guys later, like a Sam Darnold, Bryce Young or something. But I have been trying to just sprinkle in a couple 2 quarterback teams just because I have so many teams. And I think it's wrong of me to just, if I'm drafting 1,000 teams, I think it's just dumb for me to just always draft 3 quarterbacks, even though I do think that's the right strategy. And if I'm talking,
you got to mix and match too,
right?
Like, I think for sure because you got to get lucky. Let's face it, you got to draft good and you got to get lucky.
Like if I get Lamar Jackson in falling to me in like the late 50s or 60s, and I take him, or if I get Joe Burrow falling to me in the 70s, like I probably will try and do 2 quarterbacks on those teams. Yeah. And just hope it, they finish out strong here. All right. We're up in 1 pick. Let's see who we got here. Okay. So there's definitely one guy I'm higher on than the field that's still here, and that is Denzel Boston. He's getting a ton of love out of camp. Trey Tucker's here. I think some solid wide receivers, running backs. We got Tank Bigsby, Tyler Algier.
Oh, we don't need no running back.
Okay, so who do you want?
Boston, that's fine. I like Boston.
Okay.
Before you run out of time.
Yeah, I got him queued anyways. So.
Oh, yeah, and then maybe get see the tight ends or Hunter Henry, Dalton Schultz, Hawk.
Yeah, we're gonna get
the problem with your thing on the screen is that's the only players I ever see.
Oh, you mean the
like feed thing up there? So that's like the only guys I'm ever looking at because it's popping up right by.
You know what I'll do, Tony, is when we get like 2 picks before we pick, I will zoom in for you on the board.
Yeah, there we go.
Does that help? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it now. Okay. Or else I'm like literally going all the way up in my camera, and people are going to be seeing my face like an inch from the screen.
That's what I'll do then. When I get like close to picking, we'll do that there. We'll get a close up of the screen here. Can you hear my son just wailing?
Nope, you got a good mic now.
I finally have a good mic, I guess, because my son was just absolutely wailing. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully not the incident that happened this morning, Tony, because I got just absolutely shit on, by the way.
Yeah, it happened. It's good for you. It builds character.
Like, I got him on the lap. I'm bouncing him on the knees, laughing, smiling. And then all of a sudden, and it's just all over my pants. Like all over my shirt, all over my pants.
That's what happens. That's
all
part
over him.
Part of the process.
I was like, oh my God, this is this is disgusting. I'm running up the stairs because he was like down here. I'm running up the stairs. Kelly's like, what are you doing? I'm like, he shit on both of us.
Both of us.
Yeah, literally.
Is this Hammer? Is Hammer woofing?
Hammer's woofing. What do you say? No, Big T, no.
I must have said a bad take. I probably took a bad take. I don't know. Bad take. Hammer's woofing.
Maybe Hammer doesn't like you explosive diarrhea. Yeah. Oof. It's rough, man. It's rough.
What's double eagle, Spencer?
Yeah, would love
How's
to.
The golf game? I played a lot of golf lately. Played a tournament in Colorado and a big tournament here in the last couple of weeks. I'm playing good for me. I'm not as good as I used to be, though. I kind of suck.
Tony's good. Don't let him fool you.
I'm still in the 70s, but I'm definitely struggling worse. And I'm not like saying it to say it. I'm definitely struggling worse. I've had a bad year.
All right, Tony, I'm going to kind of close up the screen.
Yeah, here. We need a tight end. Who's the tight end? So we don't need no running back.
My boy, if he's still there, we can take. I love him. I love T Ferg. We have
I like Ferg too. Get Ferg. I like Ferg.
We need a stack. They were just literally posting like article on how they love T. Ferg. They're going to move him around the field more. He's going to play more just all around. They like him more as a yak guy, which last year he was running a lot of deep routes. And this year we might see more yards after the catch and shorter stuff here, Tony. I think he's a great pick here. And we got Stafford. We can also take like a Colby Parkinson if we want at the end of drafts, if we want to go like lean in and get a couple Rams guys, Tony. I don't hate that, but we're up in 3 picks again, so I don't want to. I don't know. Are you a Cade Otton guy?
No, definitely. I mean, he fits our team is the only good thing. I do not like him.
We don't have to take him, but I'm just thinking we've got 2.
I do like that Notre Dame guy, that Raridon.
Okay, so let's wait a second here. Do you want to go 5th running back or wide receiver?
Who's next, like overall on your board?
Tesla is still
on your overall.
On my bang. There's my ranks right there. Running wide receiver.
Overall though, like all.
Oh, all. I got you.
All button.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on. It's coming. There we go.
It keeps freezing on my screen.
That's all now.
Take your boy Branch. Let's try Branch. He's got some upside.
All right. What's do you have a Tank Dell Tank take it all?
God, guys that are like crazy athletic and good and then they get injured, I struggle with, because I'm like, I always wonder like how much they lose and if they're going to get injured again. I do love his talent. I don't love Houston's offense either. I'm probably out on him. I mean, it is super late now though, so like I guess you can gamble more, but
oh yeah, I mean his ADP is like 185, so he's definitely a gamble. But I think at 185, I think he's an okay gamble. We just took Zachariah Branch, who could be wide receiver 4, but he also could be wide receiver 2. You know, like at some point. So I think in that range, it's fair to take shots on like a Tank Dell or something like that. But man, there's a lot of bodies there. You know, like they still have Jalen Noel, who's right now out with the finger issue, but he'll be back. And they got Jaden Higgins, who I think is pretty good. Nico's obviously a beast. And it's CJ Stroud at quarterback, Tony. So I'm not trying to be like too crazy on Houston, but at the same time, I don't know if there's many guys that give you Tank Dell's upside that are still left on the board at 185.
I mean, I totally agree with that. Like, and again, I should listen to my own advice. If it works out good for him, what happens? And he probably crushes if it works out for him. So yeah, is his downside a lot? Actually, his downside isn't really a lot either at this point of the draft. So like, yeah, I mean, I agree. Who's like you said you like, Kolar might be good. This is his first year with the Chargers, obviously.
It's his first year with the Chargers.
Let's get him.
I like him. He's talked about how he's going to have more opportunity to catch passes. And I was listening to a Chargers podcast with these 2 guys who were kind of talking about the first couple of days of camp. And they were saying how like, they said they don't know if this is how it's going to play out, but it does seem like Kolar and Njoku are like the 1-2 and Gadsden's like mixing in, which is interesting to me because Gadsden goes in the 140s, 150s right now. He's fallen in some drafts, but Charlie Kolar sometimes doesn't get drafted. Sometimes he does, you know what I mean? So I do think that's kind of interesting. You might
he's
just
always been solid too when he gets some opportunity. It's not like he's I like that a lot.
So I'm going to pull up the board here because we're almost up in a couple picks. This is the overall. We got Ted Hurst.
You finally found someone that I don't know who that is. I've never heard of Ted Hurst.
You don't know who Ted Hurst is?
No.
He's like one of my favorite young guys that I draft.
Where's he? What college did he go to?
Is it Georgia State, guys? Where is Ted Hurst from? It's some weird college. That's why you don't know who he is.
Georgia State.
I think that's where he's from.
Yeah. I mean, we got Baker and we got get your boy in there. He's number 1 on your rankings. I don't mind it. Get him.
Okay.
How many more picks we got?
So we've got 4 picks here, including this
get
one.
Get him then. Yeah, get him.
And then we'll do tight end. I saw Colby Parkinson got taken, but I think there's a couple other guys we like here. I got to look. Where's the Herbert team? Yeah, so we got 3 more picks left, Tony.
3 more, and our positions are what?
So right now we've got 3 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 8 receivers, 4 tight ends.
We probably want at least 1 running back and 1 tight end.
I think you can make the case on this team. We want 4 tight ends. I know you don't like.
We love Kolar. Oh, I love Eli Stowers. Stowers is in Philly. I love that.
Yeah, Stowers normally you can get at the end because he's had some not great camp reports about just kind of playing with the twos and but so who do you want here is the question. Darnell
Kolar
Washington.
Kolar and Stowers.
All right, let's take Kolar.
Yeah. Will it let you pick from that little add-on thing?
Yeah, you can click it and it will go right into your queue. See? Did you see that? He just popped right in. I didn't click him. He just went right into my queue from there. God, that's how bad our run. Look at that. Our tight ends. They're like, get tight ends, you dumbass. All right. So our tight ends right here, Likely, Ferguson, and Kolar. We got 2 picks left, 3, 4, 8, 3. So do you think 5th running back and 1 more tight end to finish this team out, Tony?
Yep.
Okay.
I like Theo Johnson too. Tight ends, I do like the idea of grabbing 4 late, like 4 not scrubs, but 4 late guys.
This is what I mean though. Like you can like totally wait on tight end and you can get like a lot of times, like you got Raritan, you got Mayer, you got Theo Johnson, Jake Tonges is usually here, Theo Johnson, Eli Stowers. I don't know if you're into some of these other young guys like the Oscar Delps or the Justin Jollies in Denver, Max Clare for the Rams that they drafted. Did you like any of those guys coming out?
I mean, yeah, I don't mind. Who's the running backs? I need to look at the running backs more than the tight ends.
So the running backs,
I like Raritan at tight end though too. I mean, I like a lot of those guys.
He's been getting a ton of pump. I think he's the best one right now. Nick Singleton, George Halani, James Conner. Oh, let me just blow it up for you.
There's some scrubs in here.
You see that better now?
Yeah, there's some.
Could take Landis' boy Jalen Wright at the very end. You seem to like him a little too.
The thing I do, I really struggle to draft guys from just awful teams like Miami. I know it makes sense because they're gonna be trailing a lot for offense, but man, I struggle with it.
That makes sense. Like same thing like Nick Singleton. I was going to ask you what your thoughts were on him, but
I would rather just get. I don't know if we need it. These running backs are horrible. Do we have to pick one?
I don't think we have to.
Man.
We could go with the 9th receiver.
Let's scroll down a little further.
We could go with the 9th receiver here, Tony. What we'll do is let's do tight end first, and then we can figure out our last end.
Oh, Surratt's still there. Oh, yeah. We can't take a running back over Surratt.
I'd say we go Raritan here. What do you think?
I like him and Theo Johnson's nice.
We have Isaiah Likely, though. Do you want Theo and
Yeah, we
Likely?
probably don't want both. You're right. Let's do
it's up to you. I don't care.
Who else is there?
Michael Mayer, Eric Gall, Jake Tonges. I don't think you're drafting any of these guys.
Yeah, let's do Raritan.
All right. Yeah, I don't really love drafting Theo and Isaiah on the same team. Maybe that's wrong, though. Maybe you could. I mean, I do like Theo, though.
Yeah.
All right. So pull up the draft board. And Big T, this just for people out there that are just pulling this up for the first time. This is literally your first time, like looking at a best ball board, right? Like looking at a best ball board.
I've looked at some season-long like rankings and stuff, but I haven't. I mean, no, I haven't looked at anything.
Yeah. So you don't know like who's going where. This is literally just straight off me telling you like, hey, here's a few guys, and you're just like, okay, I like this guy.
The good thing about me and you is we pretty much know all the. the reason I can do shows without that much prep is I at least know the players and like I have good field takes.
Oh, we're almost up here again. That was quick.
The part I get screwed on is if like someone is significantly worse than last year or
Right.
big news changes. Those are what I might miss.
All right. So I have a guy at wide receiver here. My guy, Brennan Thompson, is still here.
No.
He's getting tons of good reports out of camp.
We're not taking him.
Xavier.
We're taking Skylar Bell or
Torrey Horton fits our team. Skylar Bell, you like Skylar
what about
Bell?
our
Who
was the Baltimore guy that
I think he went.
he went? Oh, he was just there a minute ago.
Trust me, I would have taken. I got him ranked.
They didn't take Skylar Bell.
I got him ranked so high, Surratt, like so much higher than the field.
Yeah, we got to take Skylar Bell.
Okay. Skylar Bell, it is here.
How is he going that late? He has to be like low on the
because he's on the Bills and they run the football a ton.
I know, but like he's good.
I'm with you, dude. I drafted a ton of him in pre-draft before the draft. I was all over Skylar Bell. I was like, he's one of my favorites. Just looking at everything. Bruce sent me like this full spreadsheet, and he's like, here are my like favorite receivers and everything right after like before the draft. And Skylar Bell was someone he's like, no one's going to talk about or draft him, but he loved Skylar Bell. And I was like, who is this kid? And then I pulled up and started watching a little bit of him. And I'm like, this dude is sick. Like, I hope he goes. And then he goes to the Bills. I'm like, fuck, he's going to get buried. But then thinking about it more, I'm like, does he get buried? Like, they're
not that deep. It is bad that they have a lot of similar guys, but it's also good that they have a lot of similar guys if he can actually separate.
Yeah, and we're splitting hairs when we get to the 20th round with a lot of these running backs. Like Surratt, I do think Surratt would be better, but like I like Brennan Thompson.
You're 100% splitting hairs.
Yeah.
This is the spot where you should differentiate for sure.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is there really a huge difference between Skylar Bell and Brennan Thompson?
Probably. And anyone that tells you that there is just crazy. Because if there was, they would be getting drafted way earlier. Like
they'd be getting steamed up the board 100%.
And you can be confident in you should have takes. Like there's nothing wrong with having takes, but you're definitely splitting hairs. And they're all talented guys. They're similar talent. Hammer, we missed you, Hammer. We're back.
We're back, baby. We're back. Football season. You guys know it. It's right around the corner here. Me and Big T will be back a ton. We don't get to do a lot of shows, Big T. Big T doesn't
need a little breather though, because we do shows like 200 days a year together.
Yeah, Big T doesn't allow us in the summer to do shows. He doesn't allow it.
We'll fight even more than we normally do if we, especially best ball, where we just do the same.
He needed a break from JSU. Let's just be honest here. He needed a cold break from me. But all right, here's our team. Let's read it out to the people. By the way, 132 people watching on YouTube on a Sunday at 2 p.m. We appreciate everyone hanging out, just chilling. Me and Big T. Hopefully Big T will come on maybe once a week and do this up to the season if we can get him on for a draft here. But this was the 555 draft. Smash the like button on the video if you're enjoying it right here. Our team, though, out of the 9.
I want to come on the MMA show, but we'll be on there. We'll have to start like Wednesday to get it. These guys talk so freaking much. I don't even know. We'd have to start the show on Wednesday to make lineup lock.
If Big T comes on an MMA show, we'll be on for 4 hours. Like literally, we'll be on. I have to pry Mike.
He talks more than you is the funniest part.
It's the crazy. I got to pry him from like going on these like side tangents.
You guys have to do it like chess where you like literally have to hit the clock and then talk and then it's done.
Yes.
Like you get 5 minutes per fight, allotment, and then you got to hit the button.
That's literally what we have to do. But the UFC shows are awesome. Hopefully you guys are
shout out $3 mini max 29 hunts from Marvin Moms.
My guy Marvin won 2,900. Love that. Tony, guess what Marvin's username is? You're not gonna like it.
Mamas?
Nope.
What?
Nope. Jim Halpert.
Why wouldn't I like that? What does that mean? Jim Helper.
Jim Halpert.
Why don't I like that?
Because you hate The Office. You're a hater.
Oh, I didn't know what it meant. Like, I don't
Yeah,
even know what
that
gym
that
helper
just
means.
that just tells me that you hate the offense.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even know what it meant.
2,900 though. That's awesome, dude. Shout out to you, man. We had some
I
nice.
gotta go. I got a game at 250.
Yeah, go, man. Appreciate you hanging out
No, I
here.
like it. I'm
this
in
is
this week too. I'll be in. I'm in full. I'm home and hunkered down now. I'm in full show mode.
Love it. Love it. We'll get Big T back. Make sure to check him out 6 p.m. Eastern tonight.
Show the
On
bet
Sirius
side too,
XM.
because I just put some bets up. I don't know if people can sign up still on the bets though. I was trying to figure that out.
Should I screen share it real quick here?
Yeah, the only problem is I was going to do this on baseball earlier, but I don't think people can sign up yet.
Can you pull it up real quick just to show it off, or should I?
I mean, I gotta go.
Okay, you go then if you have.
You can pull it up, right? You have access or no?
Yeah, I got access.
If you can't, I can do it real quick.
No. You go. You got your game. You go. We'll get Big T back on here. But yeah,
another shout out before I go to 555 shipper.
Let's go. T-Bird Baller 12.
Guys.
Later, bro. T-Bird Baller 12 with the 555 for the UFC. Shout out to RPS. Appreciate you, my friend here. 8 a.m. shows, guys. Like I said before, a lot of people watch the shows and stuff like that. And I think most people appreciate it. But like, man, 8 a.m. doing shows is not fun. Okay. It's not fun, especially when the slate locks at like 10 a.m. and you're trying to make sure the content's right and everything like that. So anyone that had a good day or something like that, it feels great. If you watch the shows, if you looked at the content and stuff like that, appreciate everyone that did good, man. I feel like we've had a pretty good run. We went friggin' 5 of 6 in the pick 6 too. We almost went 6 of 6 again. Fuck, we're gonna get there though. We were close. Friggin' Seppo getting knocked out just ruined our pick 6, but we were right there. We were right there for sure. You work on, I mean, Saturday morning, so it's great for me to have something to watch and get last minute takes on because I can. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, a little work show right there, a little combo. Love that. Well, glad I could help, man. Appreciate it. All right, this was the 555 team that Big T helped me build here. 3-4-9-4 build. CeeDee Lamb, Kenny Walker, Emeka Buka, Cam Scattaboo, Travion Henderson, Jadarian Price, Mekhi Lemon, Josh Downs, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Jalen Coker, Isaiah Likely, Bryce Young, Denzel Boston, Terrence Ferguson, Zachariah Branch, Ted Hurst, Charlie Kolar, Eli Raridan, and Skylar Bell here to finish us out. I mean, clearly, first of all, this was a very Big T-esque team here. Big T built a lot of these picks out here. You guys know I'm not a Jadarian Price guy. I'm not really a Cam Scattaboo guy, but Big T was very in on those guys, so I allowed it. I capitulated, as one Davis would say, on the draft and let Big T kind of make the choices here. So those were two guys that we got pieces of. You guys know I love Kenny Walker. I'm trying to get more Buka. CeeDee Lamb, my guy, Joshua Downs, Mekhi Lemon. I got a ton of those receivers. And then I like kind of our late stuff too. I mean, getting Isaiah Likely almost 20 picks past ADP, I think feels pretty good. Obviously, the Malik Neighbors stuff is probably changing his up a little bit because I think a lot of us assume that Malik might start, and miss a few games. And now it looks like he might not miss anything. So, he dropped a little. That kind of makes sense to me, but I still like him where we got him. We got Bryce Young as our third quarterback. I like our quarterbacks, though. Like, even though we had the back stack with Matthew Stafford, we got the week 17 correlation with Tampa. I think that game's going to smash. I wish we had like a Blake Corum on this team, but overall, I think we did a pretty good job. It's clear, though, the tight end is the weak spot of the team. Like, I think our receivers are good. I think our receivers are definitely good enough. I think our quarterbacks are solid. We got enough correlation and we got three quarterbacks where I'm like, okay, quarterbacks are solid. Receivers are solid. Running backs, 4 up in the first 6 picks. Hopefully those guys can just crush. So in theory, our clear weak spot is tight end. So hopefully that's why we drafted 4. Hopefully these 4 guys can kind of figure it out through the season if they can, though, I think this team is interesting. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that here. Should we get, what do we think here, chat? So we got 100. Let's see. We got 115 still hanging out. 42 likes. Let's hit the thumbs up here if you're watching on YouTube. Should we grab one more draft here? Should we try and get one more 25 before I get out of here? Let's see. Can we get like an extra, can we get to 55 or 60 likes here? Let's try and get up those likes here. Maybe we'll get in one more. I mean, we could do any contest, honestly, but yeah, let's do, you guys want to do one more? Let's do it. Let's do one more here. Hanging out. It's Sunday. We're just going to talk some ball here. Any questions, you can throw them in. I'm going to pull it up on my phone too right now. So if anyone's trying to get in on a draft, let's do it. We'll rip a $25 here. So $25, $3 million to first, 20 million entry. I'll do the countdown in a second. I'll give you guys a second to pull your phones out here real quick. Get a little tunes going here in the back. All right. So we got 2 drafts done already. My guy Landa did a $25 at the beginning. I should do that more. I should try and get more Run Pure guys, members and stuff like that. I should do that. That'd be cool. Like on a Sunday, like every Sunday, try and get someone on. That'd be fun. So we drafted that with Landa, 25, and then our guy Big T came on towards the middle, and we got a 555 in with Big T. So we got our 555 filled. We got in a 25. We're gonna do one more here. All right, let's do it. So $25 to enter on DraftKings, 3 million up top. I'll do the countdown now and click the button. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're in. And we're 5 of 12. Bang, 5 of 12. Look at that. Plenty of time. If anyone wants to get in, still got to hit it quick and this thing is filled. Bang, let's go. Hopefully you guys were quick with it here. I'm just going to swap my screen out. Draft is filled. Let's go, Red. Let's go. Bang. Man, I will say the screen's moving a little slow here for a second. Let's just pull this up. Oh, I got to show the Run Pure bets. I got to show. Big T will kill me if I don't. So I'm going to do that too here. Because this thing is sick, man. If you guys didn't see, Big T showed it off on the baseball show, but this thing is going to be sweet, guys. Like, if you're into the betting and stuff like that, you like tailing Big T or JBC, who's been crushing bets, by the way. I think he had we get love on the shows and stuff like that. But if you're a member, I mean, JBC's been killing the UFC stuff. He always crushes the UFC stuff, the bets. I think he definitely had a big day because I saw a bunch of his bets and he was on point with a lot of stuff there. So if you were tailing him, but overall, it's just going to make it so easy for you guys to tail whoever you want to, whether you want to tail me or you want to tail Big T, JBC, any of the guys, Stats, you know what I mean? Stevie Boynton, DC with this baseball and football stuff. Like, it's just going to make it so clean. You'll be able to click 1-2 clicks and boom, it's in your DK Sportsbook. Like all the bets are just right there. And then you can do whatever you want with them. Parlay them, whatever. So here's the board. I'll get that up in a sec though. Let me know where you guys are picking from here. If you're in this draft with me, I do see a lot of familiar faces here. So my guy, Jim Halpert, see you in the 6th spot here. I feel like Bando, Yeah, Bando's Brent Smith. Let's go. He's in the 1 spot. Who else we got here? T-Bird Baller. He's in the 2 spot here. Damn. So we got the 1 and 2. Bijan, Gibbs and Bijan here. Love that. We are at pick 9. 9 again? Damn. You missed? Too high. He said too high. Spencer, weren't you asking me a question before? Red, I kind of like 11. You don't like 11? I kind of like 11. Sometimes you get like CD falling to 11. You tried and failed, dude. You gotta just get back on the horse and try again. I kind of like the back. I like the very beginning and the very end. Those are my favorite. I'm not as big of a fan of the 9, but that's all right. Let's see. Yeah, you like 1. Red, I like 1 too. One is definitely prime. I mean, how can you go wrong with Bijan and Gibbs? I like literally, and I'm Gibbs at 1, obviously, but I just, man, those guys are just so damn good. And I'm just not worried about if those guys hold out. I don't see it. Let's go. We get Amon-Ra at 9. Hell yeah, boys. I mean, every time. Amon-Ra at 9, every single time. He's just, I mean, I feel so safe with Amon-Ra. Oh, I was asking if you and Big T would want to be company get what? Oh, at your course. Where's your course, bro? By the way, I'm assuming you're talking golf. I am not good at golf. Like Big T was talking up like he's not good at golf. That's such bullshit. Dude, he's so good at golf. Oh, Ohio. You're in Ohio. Dude, you're probably not that far from Big T. I bet you Big T's not that far from you. If I was good at golf, I'd go to Ohio. I'm just not good at golf. I suck. Okay, so Jason Day, that's he's at your course. Okay. All right. We are up right now. We got Hampton. You know what? Our guy Lando was talking up Derrick Henry. Let's do it. Let's go Derrick Henry here. I want more big dog. And I don't know how many Amon-Ra Derrick Henry combos I have personally. So let's do that here. Bowers and Jim. Oh, Jim, you're doing the Genty Bowers stuff. I see you, Jim. I see what you're putting down. I see what you're cooking. He said, with my MMA winnings, I'm going to go draft me. I mean, just a fun start. Like, I get it. Some people, Big T didn't like Genty as much. I get it. Some people don't like him, but Genty Bowers is just fun. I don't care what anyone says. Like the Raiders, I think they're going to be a fun team. You know, obviously, as an overall team, are they going to be like amazing in that division? That's a killer division. You got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers, you got the Broncos. That division is tough, man, but you can't tell me they're not going to just be better just off of how bad they were last year, building off of the new coach who's absolute beast offensively. And really, they just didn't get much else other than upgrading the offensive line and signing Jalen Naylor and obviously drafting Fernando Mendoza, signing Kirk Cousins. Like, it's got to just be ran through Genty and Bowers. So at the end of the year, like, Genty and Bowers just might be doing everything for this team. So that's why I like this idea of this start that Jim's got going. And I think it gives you a better chance of, like, if you want to do the week 17 stuff and grab like a Jeremiah Love, Trey McBride. You guys know I'm not into those guys, obviously. I'm very low on them. But it gives you an easier path to getting those guys. Whereas at 12, it's a lot harder for them to fall. Like, he's at least got a decent chance. Oh, Trey McBride goes there. But he's got a decent chance for one of those guys to fall if he wanted the week 17 stuff. He might not want it, though. Yeah, see, there you go. And you just hope for a week 17 explosive game. And let's see if Nando... Nope, he doesn't. So you have the opportunity. There you go. You just took Jeremiah Love there. So that's what I mean. You get a nice correlated start. I know I'm not a Jeremiah Love guy, but like he set it up right. He gave himself the best chance to get a Trey McBride or a Love to fall to him, and he got it. Damn. So Ladd McConkey goes there. I was feeling some Ladd. We've done Ibuka a lot today here. Let's go with the correlation side. Let's take Zay. So we got Derek, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Derrick Henry, and Zay Flowers. We got a lot of people. So 10 and 11 went running back here. Let's see what they do with their next spot. Brent was hoping to go Pickens and Neighbors at the 2-3. Oh, Neighbors went at 2-11. Damn, bro. That would have been a solid start right there. Oh man, Emeka Ibuka goes. I figured he wasn't gonna fall to me. I still wanted it though. I wanted it. Decisions here. Decisions. Do I go with my heart or my head? Because Colston Loveland just went, and I wanted Colston Loveland. Damn. Mike Evans goes here. Let's just keep the ball rolling on Luther Burden. We got Amon-Ra. Let's build that out. So now we got a nice correlated team to start through 4 picks. We got Amon-Ra at the 9 spot. I paired him up with Luther Burden in the 4th round there for that week 17. And then we got Derrick Henry in the 2nd round and paired him up with Zay Flowers in the 3rd round here. So I like it. My type of start. Felix knows. He knew. You got to go Burden at that point. T-Bird Baller says, I game stack Mog the turn. Let's see. Look at T-Bird Baller's team here. Wait, T-Bird, were you 1 or were you no, you were 12, right? Where were you here? So CD, Chase Brown, Emeka Ibuka. Was that you? Where were you, T-Bird? I forget where you were. Posted it up here. Oh, you're team 2. Okay. Bijan. Oh, you got the Neighbors Pickens. Oh, okay. Yeah, you did. Bando is not happy with you. He wanted that. Hammer, JSU money. I think he likes the start. God, I can't wait for Hammer woofing during the wood shows. It's one of my favorites. Always got to get a Hammer woof during the wood shows. Byshell Tootin, man. Byshell Tootin is just, he's rising people. 4th round Byshell Tootin. I mean, he might get into the 3rd round. Byshell Tootin is just steaming up boards. Look at what Red's doing here. So Red started out no wide receivers. He went JT, Kenneth Walker, Josh Allen, and Colston Loveland there. So he gets the number one quarterback. He gets 2 stud running backs, and then Colston Loveland, who his potential is tight end 1. Like I think honestly he'll be tight end 2. I think it's going to be Bowers 1, Loveland 2, McBride 3 probably. But his potential is just off the charts. They love him. And Caleb seems most comfortable. Like if you go watch those late weeks and those playoff weeks, who was the guy that Caleb was most comfortable throwing the football to when they were down? It was by far Colston Loveland. Not even close either. And I think Luther Burden, I think he's closing the gap a little bit, but when they're down, they were heavily targeting Colston Loveland. So that's why you got to draft some Loveland too. Can't just forget about him. Got to show him some love. Quinshon Judkins goes. I mean, Devontae's still here. Devontae is falling, though, man. It's very interesting. This is kind of where I have Devontae ranked, actually, is the funny part. I have Devontae ranked lower than the field. I have him at 57, which might be too low, honestly, but he's been falling like this. I got to go Lamar Jackson, though. I got to do it. I know people don't like it with Derrick Henry. I think it's fine though. In the 5th round, I gotta take some Lamar Jackson here. Yeah, Brent, you don't like being next to my guy Bird Baller. Bird Baller smashing this draft, by the way. Dude, Bird Baller, you got to chill out a little. You got to leave some for the rest of us. Bijan, Neighbors, Pickens, Tootin, and then he gets Travis Etienne to fall to the 5th to stack with Bijan. I mean, this is a beautiful start to the draft. You get Neighbors and Pickens, week 17 stuff. You get Etienne and Bijan, and then you get Byshell Tootin, one of my favorite running backs. That's a beautiful start right there. Yeah, I mean, some people don't like that for sure. But man, I just don't know. And then, dude, Red is also crushing it. He gets Devontae Adams to fall that far, plus Parker Washington, who I wanted. Son of a, you know what? I wanted Parker Washington. All right, let's see here. Well, we know we're not taking. I took my Jadarian Price medicine for the day. Thanks, Big T. We are not doing that here, people. Some Tyson. What do we think here? Tyson's here. Rome got taken. Yeah, let's do Tyson here. So we got a fun little start at receiver. Maybe a little behind on the running backs, but that's just a brutal spot with running back, man. Especially when you're not in on Jadarian. So. We got a few really good drafts going here. I mean, I like a ton of these starts. Let's see. Brent went Gibbs, Nico, Devontae Smith, David Montgomery, J-Mo. That's another solid start right there. I love Devontae Smith. I think David Montgomery is going to be a good pick. I know he's not everyone's I know people don't like drafting him, but he's just going to get the ball a ton. You know? He's just one of those guys. Sometimes you just got to suck it up and click the button. And I think David Montgomery is just one of those guys. You just suck it up and you click it. And just who cares? You know, take your 18 to 20 2 touches per game. Just take it. Let's see, Birds Baller on the clock here. Let's see if he can keep it going. He's been crushing it. Let's see if he can keep it going here. Ramondre's also moving up boards here. People are starting to see that. Yeah, Lamar and Henry for all the rushing TDs. I'm for it, bro. Damn, you just had the exact same start in your last draft. Hey, you got to finish it. What do they say? You got to land the plane? Still got to land it, brother. Makai Lemon there. Let's see, any crazy news we've been seeing here? What about the Cyrus Allen stuff? Is there not crazy stuff in fantasy football than like the Cyrus Allen hype, and then he's dead, and then he's just back? I mean, that's just crazy stuff right there with Cyrus Allen. Now he's got like the shin bruise, and it looks like he should be back in a couple of weeks, hopefully. I don't know. Lamar, Henry, and Andrews a winner. Yeah, I agree. The Ravens are just very stackable. You got the late stuff too with Surratt and Lane. You got Andrews, who I think goes way too late. That was a good fall on Drake May, by the way. Coach Peak Index, are you taking T Ferg at 81, or are you going to try and push him to 88? I will try and push him to 88. Coach Peak, my guy here. By the way, Coach Peak Index, if you guys don't check out Coach Peak, does a ton of great work. Man, awesome stuff. Make sure you check out his work over there and all his content he's got going on. Rips drafts. We always love guys that just rip drafts all the time. That's my guy Coach Peak, and gives you all the prime information you need to stay up to date on all these coaches and what they're saying and who they're talking up. Got to check out Coach Peak Index. Great follow too on Twitter, by the way, even if you don't get in on the Discord action, but great guy. Greg, I got to get you on here. Anytime you're around, Greg, shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'll jump on your show anytime too, but anytime you're around, hit me up. Got to get Coach Peak Index on here. Let's see. Esco. What's going on, Esco? I don't understand why Brooks goes earlier than Chuba. Well, you don't understand it? You understand it. You just may not agree with it, but you understand it. I've explained this a ton of times, but early in the season, guys like Brooks are just, if they stay healthy, they're just players that fantasy players gravitate to and just want. They just want them to be good. Like, they see this thing, he's never healthy, but they're like, bro, he can be special. Like, he can do it. And that right there is Jonathan Brooks. That's why I was drafting him, though, because I'm like, he's going to rise. Should I draft Chuba now a little bit? I have Brooks. Doesn't really, like, fit the team, but he is falling a little bit. You got the Tucker Craft fall there, too. I'll do it. I'll draft the Chuba team. Look at that. I'm definitely not drafting RJ Harvey, so we'll do Chuba here. So we got a little fall on Tony Pollard. We got Chuba, who's been falling. So we got a couple faller running backs to go with Big Dog. Don't love it, but like, because I'm kind of on Big T's side of the Tony Pollard. He's like not a guy I love drafting. Landa made good points about the offensive line. But at a certain point, like, look at the running backs here. Like, he's a clear-cut number one. You know, all these guys aren't. And I like Kenny Gainwell. I like, but like, they're just not clear-cut, you know? Yeah, you guys are hurting each other. You guys are going back and forth. Brent says he's doing his part to drive up the Brooks ownership right there. Dude, yeah. Greg, I'm so happy that you ended up okay, man. I was listening to that with you and Karain. You tell that story. So I'm glad your watch was okay, but I'm also glad that you are you are okay as well, my friend. That's some scary shit right there. But shout out to you, and glad everything worked out. But there he is. Hell yeah, let's do a home and away. I'm in, bro. I'm in. You shoot me a DM and let me know. I'm around. I'm around, so I can jump on. I see you go live like in the early afternoons and stuff a lot. I'm around a lot. So just any day you need someone to hop on, hit me up. But yeah, I'll send you a message too. We'll get you on maybe next week or the week after, whatever your schedule, whatever works for your schedule. I do love these Sunday shows though. Just so laid back. We just chill. We got Big T on. We got Landa. What'd you guys think? Was that cool? Just getting a few people on, talking some ball, getting some different takes here. People probably get bored of just listening to me over and over. Be good to get some good takes. I got John Daigle. I'm pretty sure. I don't know 100%, but I think I got my guy John Daigle. Next week he's going to come on. I think we're going to rip a 5-5-5 on Friday. So it's always good to get some differing opinions. J.K. Dobbins goes. Damn, Trevor Lawrence just fell to 102. Guys, what are we doing? Jim, stop playing with this room. This is ridiculous. I mean, I'm not a Rico Dowdle guy, guys. You're going to make me be a Rico Dowdle guy. Look, 3%. You guys know I'm a Jaylen Warren guy, but you're going to make me draft him. I don't want to draft him, but I have to now because he just fell to me. Is everyone starting to figure out that Jaylen Warren might just be better than Rico Dowdle? I'm just saying. He might just be all around better. I think he is. But at 105 or whatever I'm picking at, I'll take Rico. He's you got the correlation too with Pollard. It's fine. It is what it is. Oh, Jared Goff goes. I might have screwed myself with that, but that's okay. I wanted Goff there too. There's been some crazy fallers in this draft. Is there like some draft I'm not noticing that's just like throwing this whole draft off a little bit? Let's see. Any starts, you guys? I don't see like the 4 spot. Always seems fine. 3, yeah. I mean, I don't see any like crazy bad drafting here. That's really interesting. Just got like some random fallers. So we got. I'm just going to take who I think is the best overall player. You got another fall at quarterback. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take Jackson Dart here. Like roster construction wise, doesn't really fit the team, but if you're going to give me him falling that far, I just got to take some Jackson Dart. Got like a 14 pick fall in ADP. Yeah. Brent, I had Fannin in my queue. Might need to avoid each other in the future. Yeah, you guys might want to find separate draft pods next time. The Kent bigger $3 contest looking like it be filled by the end of the. Damn, really? Do I gotta just load up to fill that thing. I gotta get my $3 going. I think I'm at like 12 or 13. That's all right. We'll just, if I got a multi-table 7, I'll do it. We know it, but it's assumed that Dowdle is a McCarthy guy. Yeah, a lot of fallers in this draft for sure. Was not expected, but hey, sometimes you just take what you can get in these drafts. And I think, like, you know, sometimes things aren't planned, but that's the thing, especially on DraftKings. You got to be on your toes, man. You got to be ready because those fallers, they get you quick. Yeah, I'm at 15 in the contest. Going to max it out today. Definitely. If you guys are maxed out in that $3, I mean, that $3 is such a good contest. 20 max. It's a really good contest. You know, I'm going to try and jam a bunch in after this to get it to fill for sure. But let's see. So let's look at a couple of these other teams before we are back up here. Oh, funny. Look, Kyler Murray's still on the board. Oh, look at that. Kyler Murray. We starting to get nervous. Kyler stinks. His weapons are so good, but he is not good. Oh, man, we're almost up again. That's going quick. All right, we'll look at these teams after our next couple selections here. So, I mean, I say Kyler stinks, but do I just take him naked if you... No, I can't. I can't do that. Can I do it? Oh, nope, I can't do it. Literally. The kick saying Jake Ferguson, but no, let's get Mark Andrews here. We got to get Andrews on this team here. I mean, look at this team. We got the nice Lamar, Zay, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews stack here. I think this is the first time I've ever had like a full-on Raven stack, but I'm not gonna lie, it feels pretty good. I feel pretty good with it. And Kyler goes at 128 to Montgomery J88 here. Does he have JJ? Yeah. Okay. Wow. What a fall to him. I mean, listen, I don't like Kyler, but this dude, look at this dude stacking. He's got the Chargers with Justin Herbert. Love that. And then he's got Kyler with Justin Jefferson. I don't think he got Addison, right? But he can get Jennings later. I mean, this guy, sometimes they work. They work for the squad. So we're up in a couple picks here. We got a 2-4-4-1 going. Again, waited a little bit on tight end. Stephon Diggs goes there. I mean, Kittle to 136. Oh, the missile goes. No. Yeah, it's the George Kittle is definitely, people are starting to get worried. You know what? Let's take Kittle. Yeah, I mean, if you notice though, like, sometimes it's pushing up like different correlating stuff here. So like, I think there it was setting up Rashid Shaheed and then hoping we could get like somehow lucky and get Sam Darnold. But we have the Chuba stuff. So it's kind of setting up different. Like the Jake Ferguson pick, we had Jackson Dart. So it's like, hey, take Jake Ferguson. And then you'll kind of set up something like that. Rabona King says, when do you think some of these big contests get filled? Man, I don't know. I think I think the $25, it's gonna get filled, but I think it's gonna be pretty close to the start. Maybe like the first week in September. BBM, dude. I don't know about BBM. I don't know about it. The one thing I will say is, I don't know about you guys, but whatever they did to like mess up that site, like I struggle to draft on there now. Like it literally hurts my eyes. Trying to figure out time frame for the eliminator contest. Feels like we got 2 more. Oh, like those contests. I thought you were talking about like just BBM, and those contests are going to fill quicker. Yeah. If you're trying to fill those like the eliminators weekly, people love those contests. So they're obviously going to try and push for BBM to get filled, but damn, Debo at 153 would have been fun. Rondé Gadsden goes. Let's take my guy Stribbs. So we've got a 2-4-5-2 build here. Full on Raven stack. We got Jackson Dart nude. Naked. Cam Ward just went. The quarterback situation is looking bleak. But we have Lamar. So, not too worried about it. Sorry, but Andrews was way more important for you. I agree, man. I agree. That's why we took Andrews. Listen, just because I like the kick doesn't mean I always agree with it. But I still think it's a good product. Let's see here. So Brenton Strange is still on the board. I think he's a solid option there. I feel like my team... I mean, Strange would work. I have 2 tight ends, though. I have Mark Andrews and Kittle. Okay, Brenton Strange goes. I'm going to pivot here. Let's take... I don't have a lot of tank, but let's take some tank here. We've got San Francisco, so we're building out a little Week 17 correlation. We got Kittle, Stribling. Now we get tank. Yeah, I mean, he's got good reports coming out of camp. They're talking about a split. I don't know if I buy the split stuff, but it does definitely seem like they're more confident in him just in general being out there and giving Saquon a little more of a break. So even if I don't think it's a split, I think he's a decent pick. And honestly, in this range of running backs is so trash. I mean, Jaden Blue is getting pushed up the board a little bit, which I understand because people are seeing him as, like the potential of him just having a legit role in that offense, which is obviously good. So I understand why people are pushing up Jaden Blue, but look at the rest of these guys. I mean, Dylan Sampson, coach was just talking about Quinshon Judkins possibly being a 3-down guy. That would hurt Dylan Sampson for sure. Jonah Coleman, I like Jonah Coleman, but who knows what Sean Payton does with these running backs? I mean, that is not something I want to go crazy with. I'll take Jonah Coleman every now and then when he falls, but I kind of need that fall to be interested in some Jonah Coleman here. So yeah, I think getting tanked. Now I have 5 running backs. I'm not saying they're the greatest running backs in the world, but Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle, and now Tank Bigsby. I'm at least comfortable with that. Again, I don't think it's the strongest room. I don't think it's like the weakest room though either. For waiting, by the way, I'm talking about a room where you took one running back and then waited till the 7th to take your next running back. Like, so obviously some of these other rooms are way better. Like, look at some of these rooms. You got Cook and Barkley, JT and Kenny Walker, Chase Brown, Javonte Williams, Bucky. Like, you got Bijan Tootin and Travis Etienne. I mean, come on. Those are just beast running back rooms. But and then he goes Jaden Blue. Look at that. So you're building out the Flournoy, Jaden Blue. That was a good pick. I was thinking about Jaden Blue with the next pick. Birds Ball is building out a squad right there. Even the one spot here with our guy Brent, with Gibbs, Montgomery, Jonathan Brooks, Blake Corum. Those are just solid running backs, man. I don't even know if you needed a 5th. I think you should probably take a 5th, but you didn't necessarily need one, in my opinion. Oh man. Well, the Boston falls here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's take Denzel. Man, that was a nice fall on the Boston stuff right there. Brent says he screwed that turn up. Should have taken one of those Niners receivers. Yeah, I was surprised. Let's see Brent's team here. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, because you didn't get either of them. That does stink. Damn, Dante. So my plan actually was I wanted Wicks, but I did not expect the Boston fall. So AJ Barner is here. Let's see who. I think I want. Oh no, this is my guy T-Ferg all the way. T-Ferg, Coach Speak, where you at, bro? Stand up, buddy. We just drafted him. I know you said 81 or 88, but we got the 184 T-Ferg, and I will take it. I will just keep drafting him. Is this a 4th tight end room right here? Could be. That's right, Bird Baller. Got to get the T-Ferg bags. We already had bags, but we just got to keep going. Remember when Big T came on and was like, I hope you're not drafting the same players every single time. Totally lied to him. We draft T-Ferg on this show, Big T. Figure it out. You know who I don't love is Jeremy Bernard. And the kick just keeps kicking Bernard up top. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So we got a 2-5-6-3 here. I think we're sitting pretty good. I think we got 3 solid tight ends. I know the George Kittle stuff, it seems a little bleak. There was the news, Matt Burrows, the 49ers signed Joseph DeGuara to a 1-year deal, the tight end, veteran tight end. And they signed a vet, I think wide receiver in Irwin too, obviously with Debo. So maybe, there's some worry about Kittle, but I feel like just taking the fall, and then I have 2 good tight ends that have late bye weeks too. So even if Kittle had to miss a few games, I'm not that worried. My team still would be fine if I got Kittle back in like week 5, I think. Kittle's a warrior, though. If he can come back, he will. Dude's a warrior. All right. So we got Ted Hurst here for a bring back. Yeah, let's do. I have so much Ted Hurst. Let's do more. 20%? I mean, come on. It's just not enough. Bucks baller, crazy start in the $10. JSN, Nico, Devontae, Burden. That's a pretty good start. I would say, too, that's just different from the standpoint you went 4 receivers and about 4 pretty damn good ones right there. So you went Nico. Where were you picking, Bucks ball? Were you picking at the 5 spot? I'm just wondering. Look at that. The youth at receiver keeps going here. Look at that youth. I think we're going to keep it going too, boys. Oh, damn, Shador went. I was thinking possibly about a 3rd quarterback with my next pick, but that's all right. Lamar, I talked about the 2 quarterback builds. Let's do it. Lamar and Jackson Dart. I think we'll leave it at 2. Okay, so we got 2 picks left here. We took our guy Surratt to lean into that stack more. I think I want 1 tight end, and then I'll probably finish out with my 9th receiver. Oh, so you got JSN at 7. Interesting. So you went JSN at 7, which is nice, and then got Nico in the. So you took Nico in the 2nd over some good running backs. Interesting. That's probably going to be a unique start. Yesterday, I got JSN to fall to me at like, I don't even like love drafting JSN, but I got him to fall to me at like 9 or 10. And I don't think I've ever seen him fall that late. It was like the first time I've ever seen it. Red says, low, I take the dusty old veterans. Who'd you take, Keenan Allen? Who's the dusty old veterans Red took? Let's look at Red's team here. So Red started out, he's got a 3-5-8-2 build. JT, Kenneth Walker, Josh Allen, Colson Loveland, Devontae Adams, Parker Washington, Michael Wilson, Josh Downs, Wan'Dale Robinson, Dalton Kincaid, Malik Willis, Aaron Jones, Cam Ward, Malik Washington, Dontavian Wicks, Rashad Bateman, Ray Davis, Rashad Bateman, and Justice Hill. Oh, because you took Bateman? I was going to say, you don't have a ton of dusty receivers. You got some youth in there, too. But, yeah. I'm just not a Bateman guy. We're going to bet on the youth in this show here. We're going to bet on the young talent to get us home for the Ravens here. I do think it's interesting that, so I have right now, how many Ravens guys do I have? So I got Henry, Zay Flowers, Lamar, Mark Andrews 4, and then 5 with Surratt. The kick is kind of saying, hey, get a 6, just lean all the way in to the Ravens stuff. It's kind of interesting. A lot of receivers. Is 6 too much? Feels like a lot. I feel like 6 is a little too far here. You know what? Let's go with my guy, my protege. More like prodigy. Brennan Thompson. I hope I got him. There we go. What was that glitch? I don't know what that was, but Brennan Thompson, come on down. I did a show. I was talking up Brennan Thompson on the show. I was getting asked a lot of questions about Brennan Thompson, and then all of a sudden, right when I got off the show, what was this, Friday? Right when I got off the show on Friday, I see this clip. And it's just Mike McDaniels, and he's just gushing about Brennan Thompson. I'm like, okay. Retweeted it. And then I think I got Brennan Thompson's lady actually quote tweeted my tweet. So I assume it's his lady, his wife. I assume. So. We're in. Brennan Thompson. The train's rolling. We're all on board. Well, I don't want to say all. I'm on board. So, we got options for our 4th tight end here. One option just went. You know who fits with this team, though? You know what kind of fits with this team is Eric All. I get a Bengals bring back. He doesn't get drafted very often. Let's do Eric All here. If I can click him. If it'll let me click him. There we go. So now I got a Bengals bring back. There. I like it. There was a lot of good options, honestly. I had the Theo Johnson. I could have went the Theo Johnson with Jackson Dart. Honestly, that might have been the better pick. But Eric All's fun. And my team is like fully into the Ravens. So I got like a random week 17 guy. Who knows? Maybe Eric All is gets it done for us here. God, I like this team. This team's fun. We're not like fully stacked at running back, but I feel like we're good enough at running back to just hold on. And I got Lamar at quarterback plus Jackson Dart. I like my tight ends. I mean, Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Terrence Ferguson, and then Eric All for a 4th guy. I feel like that's a pretty good room if George Kittle, especially if George Kittle doesn't miss like 4 games, or if he only misses like 1 or 2. I can handle George Kittle on this team being out for a couple weeks anyways. I like this team a lot here. Red doesn't mind the overstack. Yeah, I could have taken Lane. Maybe I should have. Is what it is. I like Thompson. T-Bird Baller says he likes his team. Let's look at it, T-Bird Baller. I'll look at you, Brent. I know Red was in this draft. If I'm missing anyone, let me know. But I'll look at you guys' teams first here. So you guys, first we'll do Brent's. He was out of the 1 spot. He went Gibbs, Nico Collins, Devontae Smith, David Montgomery, Jamison Williams, Jonathan Brooks, Jalen Hurts, Blake Corum, Dallas Goedert, Casey Concepcion, Jalen Coker, Bryce Young, Omar Cooper Jr., Jonah Coleman, Geno Smith, Pat Freiermuth, Jeremy Bernard, Keenan Allen, Michael Mayer, and Tommy Tremble there. Yeah, so you went heavy on the Panther stack, which is interesting here. You pushed Jonathan Brooks up to 72, but I assume your thinking behind that was like he probably doesn't last to 96. And maybe you want to up your Jonathan Brooks exposure. I know you said you were, I assume you're trying to push the Brooks exposure on your side. Maybe you just want to keep drafting them and stuff like that. So yeah, I get why you pushed him up there. He wasn't going to fall back to you. Then you get Blake Corum. You get your Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith stack, which is nice. You get Bryce Young. You went heavily Carolina. And then you got a Geno Smith late stack here with Omar Cooper Jr. Yeah, solid construction of the team. I think, too, you did a pretty good job after pushing up Jonathan Brooks. You still got, like, Casey Concepcion, Jalen Coker here. You know, you might not have got, like, 100% ADP value on some of these guys, but I think it's just still a well-constructed, thought-out team. You know, might not be for everyone, but I think the one thing I would have changed personally is when I take Gibbs, I don't feel the need to push running back. Like you took Gibbs and Montgomery. If you wanted Brooks, like really wanted Brooks, you could have pushed him up, and then I would have probably waited again on running back, even though I love Blake Corum. And maybe you just thought at the Blake Corum pick, he was the best pick on the board, which you could have easily been. So, yeah, overall, like it. I think you're weak at tight end for sure. I think that's the spot you're weak. I would also say maybe thin at quarterback if something's wrong with Hurts, Bryce Young, Geno Smith, but that's why you got a third. So, yeah, but I think you're really strong at running back. I really like your running backs. I like your receivers. Even though I'm not in on Omar Cooper and Jeremy Bernard, you don't need a ton from them on this team, I think, because you're pretty strong up top. You got these two guys here in KC and Jalen Coker. So overall, solid team. Brent says, Corum is my second highest drafted running back here. And, you got 30% Brooks. So you just want to keep going. You just want to keep going. All right. So you're just in on those guys, which is fair. I was in on both those guys. Like Jonathan Brooks, I was drafting a ton. Blake Corum, I drafted a ton. I want to keep drafting a ton of Blake Corum. I probably will slow down on Brooks just because people are pushing him up to a point where I kind of want to be out. But yeah, let's look at Bird Baller's team here. Bijan, Neighbors, George Pickens, Tootin, ETN, Mekhi Lemon, Dak Prescott, Harold Fannin, Alec Pierce, Tyler Shuck, Daniel Jones, Juwan Johnson, Hunter Henry, Ryan Flournoy, Jaden Blue, Kayshon Boutte, Devon Vile, Sean Tucker, Tyquan Thornton, and Malachi Fields here. So a lot of correlation here on this team. I think he did a pretty good job, especially these top 5 picks of kind of just building it out nice. And then, he got his Dak Prescott to go with the Pickens Neighbors stuff. And then added on, he's got the Shuck too to go with ETN, Devon Vile, the Bijan Robinson stack. Yeah, I mean, building out some kind of like team correlation stuff with Flournoy, Blue, with the Dak Prescott. Yeah, and then it just comes down to like the late wide receivers, like Boutte, people are starting to push up. I totally understand. Maybe he gets traded. Maybe he's just, the the third guy and get some looks opposite of A.J. Brown for some bombs with Drake May if he's there. I like the VLA pick, though. Tyquan Thornton, I think, is a good flyer at the end. And then Malachi Fields to build on to his Dallas Giants Week 17 stack, who I do think is a fine flyer in the 20th round. I got a decent amount of Fields, so hopefully that works out here. But yeah, like this team a lot. I think he did a really good job. Who else did I miss here? Mitch is in the 12 spot. All right, Mitch, we'll check your team out. Let's look at Red's team here. So Red went JT, Kenny Walker, Josh Allen, Colson Loveland, Devontae Adams at 59. That's a good fall. Parker Washington at 62. Michael Wilson, Josh Downs, Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, guys, this is the way. Like, if you start out running back, quarterback, tight end, I mean, this is the way you go get your receivers right here. Look at this. Just getting solid receivers. I mean, Parker Washington's a 1. Devontae Adams is a 2, but on the best team or one of the best offenses in football. Michael Wilson might be the 1, honestly. Josh Downs is a 2, but who knows what's going on with Alec Pierce? Is he 100%? And they've got really no one after them, too. And then Wan'Dale Robinson, a 2, but I think he's going to be the most quarterback-friendly target for Cam Ward and probably lead that. He could lead that team in targets. So, yeah, I love that. Then he gets another good tight end in Dalton Kincaid to go with London. So strong tight end room. I like Malik Willis on this team. He gets Josh Allen too, so you get that Week 17. And overall, when you get Josh Allen, I think like Malik Willis that's a perfect time to start adding a second quarterback. And Malik Willis range is perfect. And then he gets the Cam Ward stack with Wan'Dale. I'm not a big Aaron Jones guy, but you kind of get a little fall. He's been falling a lot in drafts. He's kind of in that range now. But, yeah, and then, Washington to build out that stack with Malik Willis, Dontavian Wicks, Ray Davis with the stack, Rashad Bateman, Justice Hill, Nick Singleton, and Eli Raridan to finish this team out. I think he did a really good job considering his start. That's a tough start to kind of land the plane, and I think he did really well landing it. So shout out to you, man. Crushed it. Yeah, Marvin Moms, smash the like button. Oh, I forgot, dude. I skipped your team. Let's look at your team before we look at 12 here. So Marvin Moms did the Genty Bowers out of the 6 hole, which you don't see very often. He got Jeremiah Love, though. If you're trying to build out that Week 17, that's the way to do it, man, because, Genty at 6, but then you get Bowers in the middle, and then you have a good chance of getting a McBride or Love to fall to you in that middle spot. He got Love. Then he took Garrett Wilson, Quinshon Judkins, Brian Thomas, Jaden Daniels, Tucker Kraft. That's a pretty nice fall to 91. And then Trevor Lawrence at 102 is just an absolute smash with Brian Thomas. He gets Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs after that, Chigo Okonkwo to go with Jaden Daniels, which is my favorite way to pair up Jaden Daniels is getting Chig. And then Deebo Samuel, Travis Hunter, Antonio Williams, another guy to pair up with Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson Jr., Keelan Black, Cyrus Allen, and Damon Claiborne here to finish it up. I mean, this team I think is very well constructed. I love it. You can make the case like maybe his 3 running backs at the end, but his 3 running backs up top are very strong. He obviously needs Jeremiah Love to be really good, which he's got the talent to be. It's going to be interesting how things shake out in that offense. But overall, I think this build is very nice here from Marvin Baum. So great job. Hell of a stack. Man, we got good teams in this. This is going to be a tough pod. We got some really good, well-built teams in this pod here. All right. Last one here, Mitch in the 12 spot. CeeDee Lamb, Chase Brown, Emeka Ibuka, Javonte Williams, Bucky Irving, Tyler Warren, Chris Godwin Jr., Michael Pittman, Baker Mayfield, Brock Purdy here. Brock Purdy at 109, by the way. Nice snag from you. Tyrone Tracy, Stephon Diggs, Tyler Algier, Jawan Jennings, Aaron Rodgers, Kate Otten, Emmett Johnson, Troy Franklin, Jake Tonjes. I was wondering who took Tonjes. Demarcus Robinson here to fill out his San Francisco stack. Another very solid team here. I think you can make the case on this team that you might not have needed the 6th running back, but it was fine. I mean, Emmett Johnson, to me, if you're taking Emmett Johnson, he is a late stash, which I think this team can handle, right? You got Tyler Algier, you got Tyrone Tracy, I think is solid. And then you've got these 3 guys who you kind of need to be horses, Chase Brown, Javonte, and Bucky. But it's enough, I think, to get you through. And who knows what happens with Emmett. He's going to have a tough time getting on the field or getting any value touches with Kenneth Walker. But and then on top of it, they've got DeMercado and a few guys, probably ahead of him that he's got to beat out right now. So overall, I think that's like just a late pick hoping. I'm not like a huge Emmett Johnson guy, but maybe the Chiefs are middling and they don't make the playoffs again. I mean, again, that division is brutal. You got the Broncos, you got the Chargers, you got the Raiders who are going to be better. I think all those teams are going to be really good or just better than what they did last year. So the Chiefs have an uphill battle in that division. So maybe Emmett Johnson gets some late run. Maybe he gets like the Jaden Blue week 17 or week 18, like week 17, week 18. He's getting like the Jaden Blue, Malik Davis, where they're giving those other running backs looks. Maybe they're trying to give Emmett those looks if they're out of playoff contention. So, yeah, overall good stuff here. Love it. So many good teams. Here's my team out of the 9 spot. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Luther Burden, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Tyson, Tony Pollard, Chuba Hubbard, Rico Dowdle, Jackson Dart, Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Dejon Stribling, Tank Bigsby, Denzel Boston, Terrence Ferguson, Ted Hurst, Elijah Surratt, Brennan Thompson, and Eric All. So I just got that full Ravens just onslaught. My Eric All bring back for week 17. And then I got a few other, mini correlation spots. I do have Jackson Dart naked here. Only 2 quarterbacks, maybe a little scary with someone like Jackson Dart. Kind of scares me a little bit. I mean, Lamar's bye week's week 13, but if those guys can stay healthy, I feel pretty comfortable with those 2 as my quarterbacks. And good offenses, right? I got Amon-Ra with the Lions. I got the Bears stuff here for some week 17. Jordan Tyson, who I think the Saints will have a fun offense if he can stay healthy. I like my tight end room. And then I like some of these young guys. Like I definitely bet on some youth at receiver for my last 5 receivers here. But like Denzel Boston could be a wide receiver 1 for a bad team, but could be the number 1. Dejon Stribling on a good team, he could have to play a lot for this San Francisco team, depending on how all these injuries shake out. They obviously lost Ricky. They gained Debo. So I feel like that's a little bit of a wash. But still, I think he's going to start the year playing a decent amount. So he's got a good role. And then Ted Hurst, I think, is a really good bet in the 200s here. Another guy on a good offense. You got guys like Chris Godwin, who knows how much he's got left in the tank, coming off of, he's had serious injuries. We'll see what he's got, but I think Ted Hurst is someone to kind of bet on. Even if it's the back half of the year, I think he's a fun bet for the back half. And then I got Surratt, Lane, whoever you have. I think Surratt is going to win the battle, at least early. But maybe Lane comes on. So that's why I like, not just drafting one guy, but, going back and forth a little bit. But I do have a little more Surratt, just if you're only drafting a few teams and you're trying to figure it out. Like I definitely have a little more of the Surratt side. And then Brennan Thompson, one of my favorite 19th, 20th round clicks here with the Chargers. just a fun upside swing, right? He's not going to be consistent. He's not going to probably play like, 60%, 70% of the snaps. But I think he's going to be a guy that Mike McDaniels just knows how to use. He knows how to get him the football for big plays down the field. He loves these speed guys, right? Keaton Missile, Brennan Thompson. There's reasons why he went out and got these guys. And I want to lean into that with some of these Chargers. Because one thing I do worry about with the Chargers and their expensive guys is I worry about it's almost like Justin Herbert spreads the ball out too much because they have so many good players. I hope that's not the case because I like Ladd and I want to draft Ladd. But if that's the case, it's probably better for the late guys, right? It's probably better for the Keaton Missiles, the Brennan Thompsons, the Charlie Kolar, the Trey Harrises. So it's just a good offense. And like I keep saying, like the Chargers are an offense I want to buy some of, but I want to make sure I have some of these late guys too. And Brennan Thompson, I think he could start getting some steam when people start seeing what he can do with Justin Herbert and Mike McDaniel. So, yeah. And then I finishing out with Eric All for my one Cincy guy to bring back. So Barbara Mom says, don't sleep on Tez Walker. Man, I don't hate Tez. I just feel like the way they talk about him, I'm pretty sure Coach Speak was talking about this. Like the breakdown of how the coaches were kind of breaking down, talking about these guys. And like Tez Walker felt like an afterthought. Like I said, though, go back and watch. Coach Speak did Coach Speak Index, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, did a really good breakdown on the Ravens receivers and kind of like the pecking order from how they were talking about him. And it just felt to me like, obviously Zay, so they didn't have to say much, but like after Zay, it felt like it was Bateman, and then one of these two young guys wins that third job. And then that was kind of the pecking order, and then Tez. So Tez is probably someone I'm not going to draft a ton of, but I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? I'm probably going to lean more to the youth, but yeah, check out that because he did a really good breakdown on that. Appreciate it, Red. I like your team too a lot. Love your team here. Pepper Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, over 3 hours in the books here. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Still got 109 people on YouTube just hanging out, listening to some best ball talk here on a Sunday afternoon. Make sure you get over to runpuresports.com. Early NFL 25 for 25% off your first payment. Check us out here. Give us a look here. MMA content's been on point. We got NASCAR. We got baseball rolling. Had another 100K winner in the baseball streets just a couple days ago. So baseball's been on fire. Tons of good stuff here. Best ball, obviously. But preseason. We got the preseason. It's starting up on Thursday. We'll have content for you. Our guy Bruce will definitely have some content. Big T, myself, Third and Slong, JBC, all these guys that play preseason. And we'll have the hubs and stuff like that. We'll have the Showdown Hub and the NFL hubs ready to roll, hopefully for that game. So we'll be ready to go for football season. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. Like I said, the bet side is just totally overhauled, man. It's going to be really fun for you guys who are bet subscribers to be able to just tail whoever you want. It doesn't matter whoever you want to tail, your favorite capper. Let me just pull this thing up here real quick because it is sick. So whenever we post bets, right, you'll be able to come over here to the Run Pure Bet side, and you'll be able to just tap on the bet slip, who you like. This is obviously today's, but like if we post futures, like look, here's some futures here. Big T posted a bunch of futures. So bang, right here, you can bet it. You can click whatever site you want, and you just add it to the bet slip, and then you click it, and it goes right into your DK account or your fan or whatever, wherever you're betting from. And, you just click it and then bang, you can bet it right there. So you can literally follow whoever you want. You can search, you can follow by capper too. So like, let's say you want to have Big T's picks or JBC's picks, right? You can click it so you always get notified when those guys post plays. It'll send to your email. If you want to get it sent to your email, there's a button you can click to send it to your email. So it's just going to be so easy. You want to follow all my bets and stuff like that, bang, you'll be able to follow my stuff so easy. It gets a Discord notification too. So it'll go right into our channel in the Discord for whoever, capper you're following, Big T, myself, JBC, Stats, whoever. But it's gonna be awesome, man. So yeah, just in very easy way for you to follow. We also have an odds board by Unabated. So if you guys want to just check out the odds board, look and see some of the best odds for MLB, golf, NFL, look, golf futures and stuff like that. So it's just all on the board here. It's pretty awesome. It's gonna be awesome, and I think you guys are gonna really like it. So that's something. I don't know if you can sign up yet, but we're right there. It should be good in the next week or two. Is the hope for you guys to be able to sign up and then easily follow whoever you want to bet here. So that is the bet side here. Hopefully you enjoyed the 3 hours of drafting. I appreciate my guest, Landa, coming on, and of course, our guy, Big T. We'll have more of that stuff. I'll be back on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time with Neil Orfield, talking more best ball here. So make sure you subscribe to the Runpuresports YouTube channel for notifications when we go live, and hit the like button on your way out here. I'm, of course, JSU. Good luck to all of you in your best ball drafting, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. Peace.